Welcome to the Waxahachie Autoplex pregame show, brought to you by the Argyle Eagles Booster Club. My name is Blake Jones, and I'll be your host for tonight's show. The Argyle Eagles smashed Pumpkins in Week 3 when they traveled to Celina to face the hated rival Bobcats. It was a wonderful night for football weather-wise and football-wise if you're an Eagles fan. Let's hit the 407 Barbecue highlight desk. For the first time all season, the Eagles did not score on the first play, but they did score on the first drive.
Bice goes in motion, and C.J. Rogers will keep it, and he's got lots of running room on the left side. 25-20, now cuts back to the middle. 10-5, Argyle Eagle touchdown. 40-yard touchdown run. Quarterback keeper C.J. Rogers, 6 on the board for the Eagles.
The Argyle defense forces Celina to punt on their first 3 drives, which allows the offense to build up a 2-touchdown advantage.
Rogers looking to throw. He's going across the middle of the field. Oh, and a great move by the receiver to make the catch. 10-5, Argyle touchdown. Hayden Stewart thought that ball was going to be intercepted. Hayden Stewart just came back toward his quarterback a couple of steps. 32-yard touchdown pass. Rogers to Stewart. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
14-0 Argyle early. The defense keeps doing their part and forces a Bobcat fumble in their territory, which sets up C.J. Rogers and company with a short porch. It's Cole Kirkpatrick giving the Eagles a 20-point advantage.
Quick pass out to Cole Kirkpatrick. He's going to make a move, go out to the right, down to the 5, dives for the pylon. Yeah, waiting on the signal as the official down there. Yes, touchdown. 24-yard touchdown pass. C.J. Rogers, Cole Kirkpatrick. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Another game, another touchdown for Cole Kirkpatrick as he's up to 6 on the year already. Celina would score on back-to-back possessions to seize the first half momentum. They would gain possession just down 7, but the Argyle defense backs them up to their own goal line nearing the halftime gun. Celina is forced to punt, and our player spotlight guest comes up big for the Special Forces.
Zach Stewart, oh, they're coming, they get the ball. Argyle blocks the punt, and Argyle is on it at the 1-yard line. Thought the ball was in the end zone, ends up right at the 1-yard line.
That block punt gift wraps field position for the offense, and C.J. Rogers capitalizes.
Rogers under some pressure, he's got some room, he's going to run it in. Easy touchdown run, 1-yard touchdown run. C.J. Rogers, flags fly. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
28-14 Argyle at the break. Both defenses step up in the second half to mitigate the scoring, but C.J. Rogers is able to score his 5th touchdown of the night before the starters got some rest.
Argyle back to the line of scrimmage quickly. A fake to Baker this time. Rogers looking to throw under a ton of pressure again. He's got a man wide open on the far side of the field. Argyle touchdown. Braden Baker out of the backfield. Nobody went with him as the linebacker was one of those putting pressure on the quarterback. Braden Baker wide open in the corner of the end zone. 15-yard touchdown from Rogers to Baker. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
That was Rogers' 3rd touchdown through the air to go with his 2 on the ground. Great night for the senior, amassing over 270 yards against the Bobcats. Celina scores 1 in the 4th quarter, but the game was never in any danger. Here's Kenny to wrap this thing up.
Argyle 17, Reed Palmer makes a big stop, and that will end the ball game. And our final score from Celina, Argyle 35 and Celina 21.
Argyle improves to 3-0 on the year, holding that number 1 spot in Texas 4A. But the number 2 spot in 4A belongs to the Waco La Vega Pirates, who enter town on Friday night. This rivalry with the Pirates dates back to 2015, when La Vega beat Argyle in the state championship at NRG Stadium in Houston. Then the 2 teams have split the season series the past 2 years, La Vega winning the more important game both times. La Vega has reloaded again this year, winning their first 3 games. Let's get a scouting report on La Vega by hearing from their radio color commentator, Brian Crownover.
All right, time now for the CNN Mortgage Scouting Report. And another repeat guest this week is it's a familiar voice. It is the La Vega Pirates color commentator, Brian Crownover. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Doing great. Good to talk to you again. It means another big game this week as Argyle faces off with Waco La Vega. Last time these 2 teams met was in round 4 of playoffs down at Baylor Stadium, and in Waco, La Vega coming out on top on that one. Brian, how did the next 2 games go for you in the Pirates?
Yeah, it went well. We get to the state championship game against Carthage, and it was just one of those games where as good as La Vega is, and we've seen how good they are, Carthage was just better. La Vega didn't play terrible. They just couldn't move the ball very well, unfortunately, with senior quarterback Landry Kinney. But, sometimes you're just licked. I mean, like we said, as good as La Vega is and as good as the athletes that they produce, Carthage was just that much better. I don't think it was coaching. It was just bigger, stronger, and going to the state championship game 5 years in a row and lose three stings a little bit. But, you've won two, and every now and again, I guess you can kind of give them a reprieve from not winning a state championship. But, and you just run into a team that's a little bit better, and sometimes that happens. So, again, they're having to reboot a little bit this year, and, we'll get into that in a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, that's ironic you say that because that's exactly what we say about La Vega each year. It's
Every
just,
year.
team bigger, faster, stronger, and it's not – there's not much you can do schematically. It's just, hey, you got to tip your hat to the other side. What surprised me is La Vega fell out of the top spot, the number one spot, despite winning all of their games. But I guess if you look at the scores of the games, they're pretty close, but that's just because you're playing nothing but top 10 teams so far.
Yeah, and I think in today's football, it's flash, right? I think if you're just winning 20-7, they beat La Vaca Calhoun 20-7, like you said. Played Conley here, beat them 13-10, defeated Cal Allen 21-13. These aren't scores that we're used to in high school football, especially in 4A in that top 2 or 3. People are scoring in the 50s and 60s, and it's looking like you're killing people. But in La Vega's case, they just adjusted, I think, and it's been Coach Don Hyde's best coaching job since I've been doing this the last couple of years. He's had to adjust to just being a defensive team and making defensive stops late. But yeah, it is a little different when you're still winning and drop out of the top spot. But as well as this early in the year, the rankings don't matter a ton. But coming in and playing 1 and 2, it's going to be fun.
This is La Vega Pirates color commentator Brian Crownover. And Brian, you've watched this team for a few weeks now. Does it seem like the staple La Vega team that is just going to get better as the season progresses?
I think so. And, we just talked about the quarterback turnover. I think Jordan Rogers is going to get more comfortable under center. I think they've played 3 teams that run the ball 90% of the time. So time of possession has been on their opponent's side. So they haven't really had a chance to, get a ton of possessions. So, but when they have, they've scored as much as they can. I think they're still battling a few injuries that they're going to get better. I think, those young offensive linemen can actually get better as well as they're doing. But, it just seems once they hit about, it might be with Argyle, as big as a rival as it has become, they just seem to start getting a little bit better as the season goes on. And I think that's a lot of accolades that Don Hyde has gotten over the years just by, I don't know, it's kind of like he described it once as running as a long distance runner where, you kind of just stay with the pack for about 3 or 4 laps. And then once you get on that final lap, you just hit it hard. And I think he's kind of made his player.
Our all-new telemedicine service, Rapid Med On Demand. No waiting room and direct access to Rapid Med over the web by using your webcam or smartphone. COVID testing available. Extremely proud supporters of our Argyle Eagles.
Hello, neighbors, and welcome to another season of Argyle Eagles Sports. This is Jolette Ryan, owner of the Remax North Texas team located here in Argyle. And although my own Eagles have left the nest, like you, we are ready for some football. As a parent, I pray your children are healthy and safe and trust the faculty and coaches. Once again, it is our honor to serve as an all-sports sponsor for Argyle Sports, which for us is an annual labor of love. Remember, support our teachers, our teams, our first responders, and police. Come to the Remax North Texas team. We are ready to serve all of your real estate needs.
All right, time now for the weekly flyover, brought to you by Waxahachie Autoplex, and I'm seated with the head coach of the Argyle Eagles, Coach Todd Rogers. Coach, great win. It's always a good win against Celina, despite the sport or time of year. As you took a step back and you reviewed the film, what stood out to you the most against your win over the Bobcats?
Well, I believe that our kids played well. I thought they played with enthusiasm and persistence and a little bit of edge to them. I do believe we had a little bit of a hangover from the Pleasant Grove game, but I think that's just a maturity thing that they have to learn to deal with and cope with. And after traveling and playing such a big game that far out and then come back and play in Celina, we were a little dead-legged.
But that almost that almost helps you because that's going to serve you well down the road, knowing that there is no layover after playoff games. You know, it's better to learn early in the season and still get a win than late in the year, right?
Without reservations. You know, I don't believe that there's strength in losing a game and no learning experience. I'd rather learn a hard lesson with a tough win than a tough lesson with a tough loss. So I don't know if it's quotable or not, but I don't believe in that. I think winning is good in all instances, and certainly going over to Celina with a beautiful new stadium and you know, our sub-varsities, you know, matching up about 500 with them. It was good to go over there and get a win.
So you jumped out on top early on, but then they tried to swing the momentum there before the half, and something that really grasped it back was the block kick towards the end of the half that set you up right on the goal line there right at the end of the first half. And that was our player spotlight guest this week, Hunter Roberts, coming in there to block that kick. And so often you talk about the kicking game, and you know that's not just coach speak. You really do believe in that third team aspect of your team. And how big was that going into the half to get that momentum back?
Completely deflated them. The number one predictor of wins in a game is a blocked kick. It just happens at every level, the high school level, the college level, and certainly the pro level. If you can block a kick and then turn it into points, it's a game changer. Deflates teams. And, you know, for us to have that little moment where they put 2 scores on the board, and then for us to go back and score another touchdown right before the half was critical. And then for us to come out in the third quarter and start that way, you know, was even more profound. So kudos to our special teams coaches and those kids who it's prioritized, it's important, it's practiced, it's executed. And we're very versatile on our special teams. And Coach Dunham has done a fabulous job with that. And all the credit goes to that team that believes in him and doing what they're doing.
I don't think this is a tool that can be measured, but some kids just have a knack for getting the hand on the football after a kick. And Hunter Roberts had a hand on 2 of them. He blocked the first one and then deflected another one that completely ruined the punt. Is Hunter Roberts one of those kids that just happens to find the ball?
Yeah, he's got he's quick, he's athletic, and he's smart. He'll listen to his coaching and utilize that in all situations, and you just give him a little nuance to feed off of, and certainly he's taking advantage of it. I think the scheme that was developed on Sunday is just as important as the execution of the scheme on Friday. And we practiced it well, and then a critical situation came around and we were able to utilize it. So it was a definitely momentum change for us.
Well, no rest for you as you continue this non-district schedule of high order as we look ahead to La Vega this week. This will be the 5th meeting between you guys in just 3 seasons. And I know that this game was up in the air early on as far as COVID restrictions and whatnot. How close was this game to not happening?
McLennan County shut down, and they were wanting to do virtual athletics down there, and that judge down there was not listening to it. And then, we fell under this similar advisement here in Denton County. It was recommended that we start school virtually, and our school board listened to all the information, good and bad, and made a decision for us to start face-to-face school. And we were able to actually share the results of our meeting and the testimony that occurred in our district with those coaches down there. And I don't know that it helped, but they were utilizing as tools to educate the power. And then the state of Texas came out and said that they didn't really have that kind of power to hold that over public schools. So they were a little bit delayed with starting a school, but I'm sure Coach Hyde do a good job of getting them up to speed when they play the Eagles.
Absolutely, yeah. Happy these 2 teams are playing. Just happy that we're trying to return to some sort of normalcy here. But talking about football, when you face a team like La Vega, they run a very vanilla offense because they can. They're going to line up and they're going to try to whip you, and they're just going to run, the offense that they want to roll out there. Does that change your practice habits in a sense of maybe this week is not so much install or scheme, but simply
hey, we just got to line up, know what your job is, and let's drill it to a point where we can perfect it on Friday night?
To some degree, you're right. They're simple, we're simple. It's just hard to replicate. Playing their offense is similar to lining up against the wishbone. You can be right every time and still not stop it. And I think that's the greatest analogy that I can give the general listener population out there is the ones that the kids they're doing it with are a little faster than the kids we can practice against. And it's just, you just have to be so perfect all the time to get them stopped. And then you still not get them stopped. It's the equivalent of trying to stop COVID spreading. You can take all measures, but sometimes risk mitigation, it just doesn't work out. Yeah. And I think that's the equivalent of stopping them. They do a fabulous job. They have good kids. They work really hard, and they're really, really, really talented kids. They have strong presence at the state track meet and all the sprints each and every year, and this team is no different than years past.
So this is Coach Todd Rogers here with us on the Waxahachie Autoplex pregame show. And, Coach, we just heard you compare them to COVID in a good way. But more specifically, what are your Rapid Med keys to the game schematically against the Pirates?
Well, we've got to give our offense as many series as possible. And what that means is the defense has got to get out there, get off the field, make them punt, and then give our offense as many chances. And our offense has to take a chance. The second one is our offense has to take advantage of all the chances that we give them. There just can't be 3 and outs. We're giving them more time. We're a fast-paced, up-tempo offense, so we're going to need to utilize our skill set, run a lot of people in, use as much energy as we can, score as quick as we possibly can. It's really it's the Hatfields and McCoys. It's the North versus the South. It's very much like Pleasant Grove. It's a slow-down, methodical offense, play good defense, and keep the clock running. And we want to get as many possessions as possible and score as many points as possible. So I don't think it's going to be a shootout game. It's going to be a measure of those different styles. Of course, the kicking game last year, if you'll remember, down in Waco, they were able to block a punt on us, and we just can't relax in moments like that. I think the key to being good against good teams is just really have an innate sense of alertness and awareness, and utilize that on all the plays in the game. It's 130 plays, and there's just not much room for error against somebody like that.
Are you superstitious?
As a general rule of thumb, no.
So you're not going to try to throw the game and hopefully, because the winner in the regular season is lost in the playoffs, so you might want to, on some level, try to flip it.
We'll let the outcome of the games be what they are. Did I hold things back that I would normally use in this instances? Some people say that I do, but I don't. I mean, every game is important to us. It's the most important game we've played all year, and we want to put our best foot forward. And then if we're fortunate enough to play La Vega again, we'll come up with another game plan and face them again.
So you have changed your socks during this win streak?
I have changed my socks daily.
Awesome. That's good to hear. All right, Coach, appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach Rogers. All right, one more break before I throw it to the guys for tonight's action.
Football fans know some things just go together. Quarterbacks and receivers, face paint and super fans, game days and tailgates. State Farm agent Matt Fords knows another winning combination: home and auto. Matt and his team are here to help life go right when you combine your home and auto insurance, which saves you time and money. So get your home and auto on the same team and score some savings. Call State Farm agent Matt Fords at 940-591-6644 today.
Wow. Thank you, Argyle, for making Magnolia Realty Argyle's favorite choice for all things real estate. Thank you for your confidence and your trust in our team. We couldn't do it without you. From acreage, estates, custom-built homes, or existing homes, our team's decades of experience and innovative approach continue to produce unparalleled results. Find out what the rest of Argyle already knows when marketing their home. There is a difference. When Argyle thinks of real estate, they think of Magnolia Realty.
All right, that'll do it for me tonight. I'd like to thank Brian Crownover and Coach Rogers for coming on the show. And I'd like to thank you for listening. Now, let's go live to the 407 Barbecue Press Box, where Mitch Cullen, the Chippewa lineman Clark McNulty, and the legendary Kenny Arthur will take you the rest of the way.
Thank you, Blake Jones. We appreciate it. Welcome into the 407 press box and the friendly confines of Eagle Stadium on the campus of Argyle High School. Tonight's 4A Division I tilt between the Pirates of La Vega High School and your Argyle Eagles. La Vega comes in with a record of 3-0 on the season. 3 low-scoring affairs, but don't let that fool you. A couple of those teams are teams that have dropped down from 5A, and not just teams that dropped down from 5A, but had quite a bit of success in 5A. And so they weren't slouches that La Vega was beating 20-7, 21-13, and then they beat a crosstown rival, Waco Conley, who has also had a lot of success the last couple of seasons. They beat those guys 13-10. So La Vega prides themselves on this defense. They're not going to, I think even they know they lost a quarterback to an arm injury, their starting quarterback, and I think even they know that they're not going to be quite as high flying this season, or at least not here in the early going, as they have been in the past. And I think the hope for them is just to stop others and score a few times and try to win 21-13. I don't think they have a problem with that. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome in the great. He decided to vacation in week 1 here at Eagle Stadium, but it's the great Mitch Cullen. Mitch, welcome.
Thank you. I'm, like Barry Switzer said, tanned, rested, and ready.
There you go. Good stuff. Well, we're just about set for the kickoff here in Argyle as the Eagles come out on the field. We'll get all that here in just a little bit. We'll have the coin toss as well as the Cinch Cleaners uniform update and all sorts of stuff here as we continue our pregame show. But one of the most important things of this pregame show is the ever important, and Mitch has just worked so hard on this, I know, all week long, the Rapid Med Urgent Care keys to victory tonight for the Argyle Eagles.
Yeah, and you know what, when you brought up the scores of those other games, that's what's really perplexing about La Vega. You know, they've only given up 30 points the whole year, but they really hadn't scored that much either. 21 points in a game is the most they've scored. Is that because they ground and pound and they run the ball and they shorten the game a lot by running it? I'm not really sure. We'll have to see because they don't release their stats, so we don't really know everything they got. But so to me, I think the keys to the game, number one, it's got to be the trenches, right? They go big on their offensive line. They're over 300 pounds, 3 guys on their offensive line. So the trenches are going to be huge. Can Argyle handle it? Can Argyle get pressure on the quarterback? Probably not even going to have to pressure him that much. You're just going to have to plug the holes and keep the running game in check. So I think that's number one. Number two is, can Argyle protect the quarterback, and can Argyle get the passing game going? Because they're going to have to get the passing game going. They're playing against a team that's got some really good athletes on it. Going to have to win those 50-50 balls and score that way. And then the last key to the game, which is kind of a no-brainer, is you got to outscore them in this game, right? I mean, if you keep it a low-scoring affair, I think it's advantage La Vega. If Argyle can come out striking and scoring, then I think it's advantage Argyle. So I think those are the 3 keys: the trenches, get the passing game going, and then outscore La Vega. You know, really get on the board quickly.
Or just outscore La Vega.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always Andy Smith always does a lot of work on that and lots of math and, different things. Yeah, analytics, algorithms. I think we're heading out here to the coin toss now.
Let's turn around this way.
Well, we got that. Y'all turn around this way. Looks like Argyle captain Cole Kirkpatrick wins the toss, and they will receive. So Argyle will have the football first tonight here on what has turned out to be a beautiful night for football after a really, really muggy night last Friday night. And we're going to get prepared here at Eagle Stadium for a moment of silence, and then the Argyle High School Choir will be singing our national anthem tonight. The voice you'll hear in the background is a voice familiar to you here on AEBC Broadcasting. That's Andy Smith on the public address here at Eagle Stadium. And he is the one you hear on the public address and does the color, of course, for us for the road games as we pause for a moment of silence in the national anthem.
Thank you. And now to perform the national anthem, the Argyle High School Choir.
Argyle High School Choir with our national anthem. The Eagles have the football first. Who's starting on offense for your Argyle Eagles? Vice goes in motion. C.J. Rogers will keep it, and he's got lots of running room on the left side. 25-20, now cuts back to the middle. 10-5, Argyle Eagle touchdown. 40-yard touchdown run. Quarterback keeper C.J. Rogers, 6 on the board for the Eagles.
Todd Rogers, head coach. This is my starting 11 on offense.
C.J. Rogers, number 12, senior quarterback.
Knox Scoggins, number 4, junior running back.
Cole Kirkpatrick, 5, senior wide receiver. Hayden Stewart, number 6, junior wide receiver.
Cash Walker, number 3, senior receiver.
Josh Gulott, 87, senior tight end.
Jack Tucker, 75, senior left tackle.
Austin Criswell, 71, junior left guard.
Blake Spence, 78, senior center.
Nick Rubian, 77, junior right guard.
Shannon Wilson, 72, junior right tackle.
All right, we are just about set for kickoff here. Let's check in down with Clark McNulty on the sideline. Yes, he's all better. Well, not all better, but he'll never be exactly normal, but he's a little better. Hey, how about a little bit of a weather update and the Chick-fil-A on 407 mood on the sideline down there?
Well, the mood is it's number 1 versus number 2 in District 1 4A, and they know it. Down here we got a little bit of a breeze coming out of the north. It's really a great night for football.
Cash Walker back deep for Argyle. It bounces in front of him. He takes it at the 10-yard line, runs to his left, looking for a block, and he stiff arms man at the 15, high steps at the 20, out across the 25, and he's run out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. That's where the Eagles will set up shop, 1st and 10. You heard that offense. Here's the starting defense for the La Vega Pirates, and it's a very, very good one, a very big one as well. Jordan Rogers is probably the star on that defense, and he's the starting strong safety. Javon Eigelhart is the free safety. Marcus Willis and Jesse Majors-Sterling will be the corners. Linebackers, Latravius Johnson in the middle, Zamarian Johnson and Darian White on the outside. Deontay Robinson, Vincent Henderson, the tackles. Rayshawn Roberts and Keyshawn Taylor are the defensive ends. Braden Baker gets a handoff. He bounces it outside around the left side for Argyle, and he will have a first down on the first play from scrimmage out to the 43-yard line. That'll be a 14-yard pickup for Braden Baker, number 29, the senior. C.J. Rogers is the quarterback. 3 receivers right now. A man comes in motion. That's Kirkpatrick from right to left. Handoff, Baker again running left. Oh, someone in the backfield meets him head on there. That was 15, Darian White, the linebacker. Got off the block of Austin Criswell and able to get in the backfield for a yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 11 here for the Eagles, and they move quickly. 2 receivers stacked on the right side. Kirkpatrick in motion again, and they'll fake to Braden this time, and CJ looking to throw. He's under some pressure. Now he'll take off running. Makes a nice move at the 40. Down to the 45, back out to the left, across midfield, into La Vega territory, all the way down to the 41-yard line, a 16-yard pickup for the senior quarterback for the Eagles.
Yeah, he was looking for Cole Kirkpatrick down the sideline. Just wasn't anything there, and he kind of ran out of a little time, got some pressure from the defensive end, and he just took it up the middle. I mean, he juked that one guy out of his shoes right in the middle of the field.
Baker takes the handoff, looks for a hole. He's finally got one, and Jordan Rogers comes up and brings him down. It looks like he didn't even wrap up. He was just going for the football there, but Baker hangs on, a gain of 4 across the 40-yard line to the La Vega 39-yard line. Lots of shout-outs to start getting to here early on. Al Arco and the gang listening out at Robeson Ranch. 2nd down and about 6.5. A fake to Baker this time, and boy, he does a great job. Pass is complete to Hayden Stewart. Nope, incomplete. It's knocked away by Jesse Major-Sterling, and I want to give some credit there, though, to Baker as he gets the fake handoff, and then big defensive tackle there, Rayshawn Roberts, who goes 215. Well, it says he goes 215. That guy's at least 250, and I guarantee you he's bigger than that. And Braden Baker takes him one-on-one there and actually did a really nice job. 3rd down and 7 following that incompletion. Nice coverage there by Jesse Majors-Sterling for La Vega. 10:46 to play here early. First quarter, no score. This time it is Baker again on the right side. There's a small hole there on the right side behind Sheridan Wilson. And now the entire Argyle offense pushes Braden forward for a little bit more, and it'll be enough for a first down all the way to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, he doesn't need much of a hole, right? I mean, he's not the biggest guy out there, and he had just enough. And, you know, with his speed, he just kind of exploits that little crease and heads right straight up the middle. Offense, the Lions did a great job. Keep it moving, too.
First and 10 from the 29. Knox Scoggins is checked in at running back. He's going to get the fake, and C.J. Rogers will take it on the quarterback keeper. Get a nice move at the 10, outside of the 5, and a flag is down. C.J. in for the touchdown, a 29-yard touchdown run, but we're going to get a block in the back, I believe, on Hayden Stewart. And really not his fault. He was just kind of there in the way, and the defender turned around about the time Hayden went to block him and got him in the back.
Yeah, see, and I'm not buying that.
Number 6, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
If the defender's going to turn his back on you, there's nothing you can do. And I think that's what Coach Rogers is trying to tell that back judge over there that, you know, if the guy's going to turn like that, what are you supposed to do? Just let him go?
Yeah, that's what else?
But what a great fake right there.
Oh, my gosh, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you were already given some yards there on the handoff, right? And here comes C.J. this way with the ball. There's nobody out there.
Ball down to the 17-yard line. It's a spot foul. It is. So they will get the first down. First and 10 from the La Vega 17-yard line. Jasper Lott, the tight end, goes in motion, stops right behind his right guard, and it is Knox Scoggins. He's going to bounce off one man, but can't get away from Jordan Rogers. He's going to pick up about a yard to the 16-yard line for the Eagles that time.
Yeah, and Knox, the kind of thunder to the Thunder and Lightning crew that they got, and he had a little bit of a hole, but man, it closed in a hurry. And you know, as big as La Vega goes on offensive line, their defensive line is not that big.
Second down and 9. It's Scoggins again, running behind his offensive line that is pulling around there for him, and Knox is not going to have a whole lot, a couple of yards to about the 14-yard line. He was pulling that time behind Jack Tucker.
Yeah, that's where you want to be, too, is back over there, and he was trying to follow Jack, had his hand on his back, hoping he would push the way, you know, the guys through, and then he got caught from behind. Somebody coming around the end from the opposite side caught him from behind.
Play 10 of this drive. The Eagles moving from right to left in this first quarter. We'll paint the picture for you here in just a moment after this play and give you the Cinch Cleaners uniform update so you can, if you're listening and not watching, you can kind of imagine what we're trying to describe here anyway. Fake to Knox here on 3rd down and 7, going deep toward the end zone. Double coverage interception. Cole Kirkpatrick, the intended receiver, and that is the first interception of the season. Number 5, Javon Eigelhart makes that interception, and that was one that ill-advised throw that time for Cole Kirkpatrick for C.J. Rogers, as lots of times Mitch, you know, he throws those balls and Cole goes up and gets them.
Yep.
You got a fast and a good defense here. You've got to know that your safety's going to come over there, and there could be some double coverage. And especially when you're in field goal range, you hate to have that on that first drive.
Yeah, and so you had the one-on-one where you had the cornerback Burns over there on Cole, and C.J. just didn't see the safety. He was lurking at the back of the end zone. When the ball's up in the air, he just closed in and caught it. You know, it's one they'd like to have back for sure. You had a great opening drive. Really, the only pass you threw 2 passes, one incomplete, one picked off.
Snap goes over the head of Jordan Rogers, the quarterback, and he'll just fall on it. Jordan Rogers is the starter at quarterback. He is a 5'8", 164-pound senior, but he also starts at safety. We've already talked about him, and he's not going to want to throw the ball a whole lot. They are big up front, as Mitch mentioned. Ivan Martinez is the center. Damian Brown and Robert Allen, the guards for La Vega. Lorenzo Gonzalez and Andrew Brown, the tackles. Tight end is Don Troy Sterling. Jabravian Boy and Manny Ruiz, the slot. The receivers, Jarquay Walton is your running back. And another receiver, Soldravian DeGreat, not related to Alexander.
What about Tony DeGreat?
Right, there's a fumble on this snap, and Argyle gets on it. Logan May gets on the fumbled snap, and the second turnover of the game, and it's Argyle football right at the La Vega 10-yard line.
Yeah, and La Vega's had trouble since the start, right? The first one over his head, that one gets dropped. I don't know if Argyle's disrupting something right in the middle of the field or just what it is.
Got a flag here.
False start.
As long as it was a dead ball, and it was, yeah. So, I mean, it was not a dead ball. Yeah. So procedure penalty against the Pirates, and so Argyle will have the football back at the 10-yard line of La Vega.
Yeah, and that's nice, right? You both teams have made a mistake now, probably a bigger one for them right there in their own end zone after they had the big stop. But Argyle's got to capitalize on it right here.
Hayden Stewart, Cash Walker go out wide to the right. Cole Kirkpatrick is wide left. Jasper Lott, the tight end, goes in motion. Braden Baker to the left of C.J. Rogers. He gets the handoff. He's got a little hold of the 5-yard line. He'll be tripped up there by Vincent Henderson, 218-pound senior for the Pirates. Argyle moving quickly, second down and goal. Ball at the 6-yard line. Same play formation, and it is the same play. Baker this time kind of dances a little bit there and goes to the right side behind Sheridan Wilson and Nick Rubian, and he's going to have a couple of yards. Ball was at the 6, now it's at the 4, so it'll be third down and goal from the 4-yard line, and decision-making time here for offensive coordinator Jason Bachtel on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
3rd and goal.
I'm gonna go right up the gut with it again, I think.
I'm going to my big tight end, but
going?
that's just me.
Yeah.
3rd down and goal from the 4. Snaps back to CJ, handoff to Braden Baker again. He's going to dive for the end zone and get stacked up. And looks like coming up off the bottom of the pile, Latravius Johnson, the 200-pound senior middle linebacker, and it is 4th down and goal. Ball at about the 2-yard line. It looks like the Eagles line up to go for it. And I'm either going, like I mentioned, to the tight end or maybe another quarterback keeper. As CJ's going to roll to his left and throw. Touchdown. Wow. Going down low to get that one is Cash Walker. But a 2-yard touchdown pass. C.J. Rogers, Cash Walker. Eagles strike first, 6 on the board for Argyle.
Yeah, when he kind of did the bootleg and rolled out this way and had some pressure from the defensive end, had to get rid of it in a hurry. And, man, that was close. That ball was low and right at the corner. And Cash Walker did a great job of getting it and catching it in the end zone. It's where the ball gets in, not necessarily his feet. So he did a good job there.
Caden Dodson for the extra point. He's perfect on the season, and he remains perfect. 7:01 to play in our first quarter. Eagles strike first. It's Argyle 7, Waco La Vega nothing. And as La Vega will get the football back, let's find out who your starters are on defense for Argyle. Pitch out, Logan May hammers the running back in the backfield, Nick Martin. And oh my goodness, Logan May just lit up Nick Martin.
Todd Rogers, head coach. This is my starting 11 on defense.
Darren Chapa, 52, senior defensive tackle.
Ty Johnson, 55, senior defensive tackle.
Chase Bunnell, 50, defensive tackle.
Grant Mirabal, 32, sophomore linebacker.
Davis LC, 35, senior linebacker.
Logan May, 27, senior linebacker.
Caleb Murdoch, number 13, senior quarterback.
Will Ramsey, 10, junior defensive back.
Zach Stewart, 2, senior safety.
Hunter Roberts, 25, senior safety.
Jet Copeland, number 7, junior corner.
Jesse Major Sterling, Jeremiah Fisher, and Xavier Carpenter go back deep for the Pirates. Caden Dotson only goes back about 3 steps here from the ball to kick this thing off.
Into the wind a little bit, too.
And it is going to be short. It will be high, wanting a fair catch, I'm assuming, and that's what they get at the 26-yard line. That fair catch is made by La Vega's Marcus Willis. And Mitchie Poo has a drive summary for us.
Yeah, but it's the ones you like to see, even though you'd like to have 7 on the board and then get this one.
Yeah.
But 4 plays, 10 yards, a minute 13 brought to us by Brian McClarty, 407 Barbecue. And, man, if we just converted that first one, and who knows, let's see what happens here with La Vega. They got some jitters or somebody's disrupting that snap or something. Let's see how they do it on this time.
You got someone out there who's not really a quarterback. Here's going to be a handoff. Jarquay Walton running left, and he has just stood up in the backfield by 3 or 4 red shirts from Argyle. Chase Bunnell back there, Darren Chapa. Just a whole host of red jerseys. It'll be 2nd down and 12, a loss of 2. Cinch Cleaners uniform update. Argyle in their red jerseys, white numerals outlined in black. White pants, white helmets with the red feathers outlined in black. La Vega in their white jerseys, blue numerals outlined in yellow. Blue pants, blue helmets with the yellow LV on the helmet and a yellow face mask as well for the La Vega Pirates. Here's a handoff, this time running right, and they don't need much to break away. Does anybody run the football for La Vega? And that's going to be about a 10-yard pickup that time for Manny Ruiz. And it'll be a 3rd down and about 2. I want to give a shout out to 2 of the coolest people in the world, Laura and Judson Clark. Tough life. They're in Telluride right now watching. So, well, Laura's cool anyway. 3rd down and about a yard, and she loves nacho cheese. 3rd down and about a yard. Here is Jordan Rogers on the keeper. He stumbles, and Eagles had a chance for him as he stumbled in the backfield, but he's able to regain his footing and get a 1st down, a pickup of about 3 that time for Rogers. And that's what you're going to see a lot tonight, Mitch. They're probably not going to throw. They may, throw one deep a couple of times, but for the most part, Rogers or Walton, Ruiz are out there right now. Jabrian Boy is out there. One of those guys is going to get the football.
Yeah, so what they say about Rogers is he runs it really as a wildcat. So he's not really a thrower, right?
Right.
He's a running back that's just playing back there in the quarterback position.
Movement from the slot receiver there for La Vega. Jeremiah Fisher took a little step forward before the ball was snapped. So
Both start. Offense number 75. 5 yards penalty remains. 1st down.
Of course, they want to blame the offensive lineman always.
Yeah.
I saw that receiver out there move, but they call it on Lorenzo Gonzalez, the left tackle. Oh, no, sorry, Ivan Martinez. He said 75, so that'd be the center. So maybe the center moved the ball. Maybe if the receiver was looking, saw the ball moving.
Yeah.
Took a step. It'll be 1st and 15, 5:19 to play in the 1st quarter, with Argyle leading 7-0 over the La Vega Pirates. 2 receivers left, 1 right.
Look at here.
Rogers is going to throw, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to go deep. Oh, and just over the outstretched arms of Jeremiah Fisher. Jet Copeland on the coverage. And Fisher maybe had him by a step, and I think he knew he was going to run that route last play. That's why he took a step before the play, right? He was ready to get going.
So he's only 5'6". If he was 5'7", that's a touchdown right there.
Right.
I mean, it was off his fingertips, and it was a nice ball. I mean, I'm not really sure why Rogers doesn't throw more unless all he can really do is just a timing route, right? Just take it and chunk it and hope somebody runs under it. But nicely thrown ball. Argyle's lucky right there that he wasn't any bigger than he was.
2nd down, 15. Ball at their own 32-yard line for the Pirates. Snap a little high. It's going to be Jarquay Walton running left, and Chase Bunnell chases him from behind and clotheslines him and brings him down. We'll mark it right at the 30-yard line. A 2-yard loss, bring up 3rd down and 17 for La Vega.
Okay, did you notice the snap on that one? I mean, Rogers nearly had to fair catch it because it just kind of went up in the air. Yeah, it wasn't crisp, and it kind of blew everything up. But, last week, Jarquay Walton had 192 yards against Corpus Christi Calallen. He had 71 on one play, but still 192 is 192, so you know that he's somebody you got to watch.
We've seen some of those 71-yard runs ourselves. Jordan Rogers is going to throw again. He's going to go deep on the other side. That ball is intercepted. Jet Copeland goes up and gets it. Ball just a little bit underthrown to Sodravion DeGreat. And Jet Copeland timed his jump perfect. Makes that interception. And let's see, what is that for Jet on the season? That is his first interception. He had a fumble recovery for a touchdown last week. His first interception of the season, and it's Argyle football at their own 39-yard line, leading 7-0 with 4:29 to play here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, and so you can kind of tell from his passes right there, right? He's not a stand in the pocket and read the defense. He's take the snap and throw it to where he knows that receiver is going to be, and it doesn't always work. It's kind of interesting how they come out throwing as opposed to trying to dominate with the run.
Knox Scoggin in the backfield. Lots of time to throw the football, but great coverage over there, and Hayden Stewart was the intended receiver. That ball a little bit underthrown on the right side from C.J. Rogers, but again, Jesse Major Sterling, number 23 for the Pirates, with blanket coverage over there. Really nowhere for C.J. to throw the football.
Yep. Argyle is kind of struggling with that passing game right now. They've had 0 success with it.
2nd down and 10. It's Knox Scoggins. He's trying to bounce it outside, and there's a linebacker, so he bounces out to the right, to the left, breaks the tackle at the 45. He's got a 1st down into La Vega territory, all the way to the La Vega 38-yard line. A 23-yard gain for Knox before he's finally knocked out of bounds over there by Zamarian Johnson. Longest gain of the night for the Eagles. A 23-yard pickup for Knox Scoggins and a 1st down at the La Vega 38.
Yeah, and he faked out the defense. They thought he was going left, and they all pursued that way, and then he cuts back right with plenty of room.
This time straight ahead and no room. Maybe a yard that time for Knox before a couple of defensive tackles. Deontay Robinson and Vincent Henderson make the stop for the Pirates. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
It was kind of funny on Knox's long run. Did you see the tackle over on the sideline? So you always want the lowest pad level to win, right? And that little cornerback just cut him at the ankles, and Knox just kind of threw his shoulders down on top of him. He was trying to get as low as he could, but there's just no hope. It was kind of funny to watch them both trying to get low like that.
2nd down 9. We'll try to check in with the Chippewa lineman if we can get a break. Oh, some pressure here. CJ sidesteps that one, and this ball's underthrown and intercepted. Second one of the game for Javon Eigelhart for La Vega. His second interception. CJ Rogers' second interception. And it will be, they didn't call it. I thought at first it might be a touchback, but they will mark him down right at the 1-yard line. So La Vega will have it 1st and 10 at their own 1. And he was under some pressure there, but then he sidestepped the pressure, Mitch, but it still looked like that ball almost looked like someone had hit his arm when he threw it, kind of a wounded duck.
Yeah, and I was really afraid of the strip sack right there, right? Because that defensive end was coming around from behind, but it was probably ill-advised because by the time he had thrown it, the defender was already in front of the receiver, and there's really nothing you can do right there except for try to play defense as the receiver, and it just went right to him, nothing they could do.
See what La Vega wants to do here from their own 1-yard line. Moving from left to right, it's a handoff to Jarquay Walton. He cuts it up immediately. A little slow developing play. That's one of those that you hope Chase Bunnell gets in that backfield, and but instead it's going to be a pickup of almost 5 out close to the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for La Vega.
Yeah, you think that you just run behind those bigs up front, right? Let's just do
straight ahead.
Yeah, just get some push and go, especially when you're on the 1-yard line. I'm surprised they even handed it off. I thought it'd just be a straight quarterback run off guard or something behind the big guys.
2nd down 5. We'll check in with Clark down there after this play and talk a little bit about some offensive line play. And this is Jarquay Walton again. Gain of about 4 out to the 10. They'll leave 3rd down and 1. And Clark, it looks like Argyle able to run the football. The Argyle offensive line kind of dominating the run, but CJ's struggling throwing that ball a little bit. Hello, Clark. Hello, Clark.
Sure is, Kenny.
Clark, he didn't get back admitted to the hospital, did he?
He may have.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, we'll check. We'll find him if he's not at the hospital. 3rd down and a yard here for the Pirates from the 10. And it's Jordan Rogers who's going to take it on the quarterback keeper, and he is hitting the backfield. He falls forward back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain. So it'll be 4th down and 1.
Yeah, I think they're going to go.
One of those plays there, you look at, there's so many red shirts around, you look to see who gets up to celebrate, see who made the tackle, but not 100% certain who was on the bottom of that pile. But
well, he took the snap and he wanted to read. Did you see him? He just stood back behind there almost like a Le'Veon Bell kind of deal and was trying to read. And by the time that he decided to accelerate, everything had already collapsed on top of him. This is gutsy if they go for it right here.
When your offensive linemen go 305, 320, 300, 245.
Yeah, they got to call timeout.
I think you just go straight ahead, don't you?
Yeah, especially on short yardage. If they're going to go for it here, that's what I do.
1:33 to play. Timeout, La Vega. First quarter, Argyle leads La Vega 7-0 on AEBC Broadcasting.
Hey, Eagle fans, need a place to store all your championship trophies and medals? Yellow Door Storage, located at I-35W and Crawford Road next to the new emergency hospital, is a brand new Class A facility with climate-controlled and drive-up units, fully enclosed boat and RV storage, and a state-of-the-art security system. Whether you're moving into a new home, reorganizing your garage, or expanding your business, Yellow Door Storage is the solution for you. When you need to store, think Yellow Door.
Feel like you never have any space to put things? Tired of your closet always looking cluttered, no matter how you try to organize it? Try Closets by Design. Have an expert out for a free consultation to have a look at your closet, garage, home office, pantry, anything. And they will build you a closet system that caters to your every need. Why go buy a basic, cookie-cutter piece of furniture when you can put in a system tailored specifically for your every need? Schedule your consultation today by calling 972-361-0010 or schedule it online at closetsbydesign.com. Imagine your home totally organized. Closets by Design.
Line drive punt to the 45-yard line. Zach Stewart will take it back to about the 35-yard line. And Argyle will have great field position. Actually, they'll mark him at the 34, so great field position again for the Eagles here at the La Vega 34-yard line, leading the Pirates 7-0. And if this Argyle offense doesn't go too quickly, we'll get Mitch to let us know who's bringing us our first quarter here in just a moment. We haven't.
Yeah, and you know what?
Pretty quickly here.
Argyle didn't try to block the punt right there after all the success against Celina doing that, and then La Vega wastes the timeout. just to punt the ball.
5 wide receivers, nobody in the backfield. C.J. Rogers will keep it on the quarterback keeper and absolutely nowhere to go. Looked like there was a decent little hole there at one point.
Well, he had a ton of times he wanted to throw it. there was nobody that got across the line of scrimmage there.
Went 5 wide. Thought that maybe that's what they would want to do. 2nd down and 11, a loss of a yard.
Maybe they're just taking a look at it on that, see what they got for this one.
3 receivers left, 2 right. CJ is going to throw this time, and he's got the little short pass, but it's down a little low, and it is incomplete, intended for Cash Walker there with Darian White on the coverage. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
So 0 completion. No, we have 1 completion for a touchdown, right? And that's it. 1 of 6 for a touchdown. Probably needs to just settle down a little bit. He's kind of trying to force it. He's got time. He's got the talent. Just wait.
3rd down, 11. He finds someone right over the middle. It's a little behind Hayden Stewart, but he does a great job of adjusting and making the catch. Then brought down immediately by Latravius Johnson, but a 17-yard pickup and an Eagle 1st down at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great catch right there.
Yeah, Hayden Stewart with a great catch there to go back and get that one. 1st down and 10 from the 19. Rogers looking, tons of time. His line, he's going to take it off. He's going to run now, makes a spin move at the 12 and runs out of bounds right at the 12-yard line. That's almost an 8-yard pickup. We'll call it a 7-yard pickup. Be 2nd down and 3. We'll try to get these sponsors in here real quickly. Argyle moves a little too fast for us to do that. Brian McClarty at 407 Barbecue. Bill Utter Ford. State Farm agent Matt Ports. Will Woods with Magnolia Realty. 5th Gear Automotive. Thanks to those guys, Brian and Shelly Stone at Shout Out Promotions. Brian Conister at Cardinal Financial. Dr. David Dyer at Argyle Orthodontics. And we'll get the other ones after this play. C.J. Rogers, quarterback keeper, dancing around a little too much back there and loses his hat as he is absolutely hammered by another hatless player. Vincent Henderson, the defensive tackle, also lost his helmet. And yeah,
he's hurt. And you know what? Why is that not a targeting call right there?
I don't know. Yeah, he kind of lit him up there pretty good. Of course, we're not down there to see it. You know, Clark, I don't know if we can get Clark. Actually, first, let me say this. Title sponsor and sponsor of the pregame show, Wes and Lisa Spence at Waxahachie Autoplex. So we appreciate those folks. Clark, did you get a look at anything down there?
Yes, I did. I'm surprised that there was not a targeting call as well, because they kind of went face mask to face mask on that last play.
You know, sometimes you think they're hurt. Sometimes it's real uncomfortable when that helmet comes off and you're not planning on it coming off too, right? I mean, it just kind of rubs you funky coming off, and hopefully that's what it is. Coach Rogers was been in the ear of the officials wanting to know an explanation on why nothing was called.
Yeah, so C.J. Rogers, the injured player for Argyle. And so 23 seconds to play here in the 1st quarter. Argyle leading 7-0. We'll take us a quick Rapid Med Urgent Care timeout. You're listening to Argyle Eagle Football and Argyle Eagle Booster Club broadcasting.
Rapid Med Urgent Care provides you and your family with personalized, state-of-the-art minor emergency care and primary care. Just up the road at the corner of FM 407 and Chin Chapel Road. This fall, we'll also open a new Argyle location just next to the stadium. Checkups to cuts, broken bones, school vaccinations, sports physicals, and now our all-new telemedicine service, Rapid Med On Demand. No waiting room and direct access to Rapid Med over the web by using your webcam or smartphone. COVID testing available. Extremely proud supporters of our Argyle Eagles.
Hey Argyle folks, want 100% employee pricing on a new set of wheels? Then get to Waxahachie Autoplex today. Owners Wes and Lisa Spence are proud parents of number 78 Blake Spence. So whether you need a new Ford, Dodge, Jeep, or Nissan, you'll find the best selection of new and pre-owned cars and trucks. Wes doesn't play games with the sales staff. In fact, he'll deliver the car and sign the paperwork on your kitchen table. Tell him you heard about it from us. Great selection, service, and price. That's what Waxahachie Autoplex is all about.
So C.J. Rogers walks off the field under his own power. Jet Copeland will check in at quarterback for Argyle. The 173-pound junior had an interception in this game, so also one of the starting cornerbacks. And let's see what oh yeah, that guy's I was actually going to look and check that out. As number 94 there, Vincent Henderson, lost his helmet. You have to sit out a play if you lose your helmet, and they were trying to get him back in there at defensive tackle. He's the one that made the hit on CJ.
Yeah, CJ was just kind of upright trying to get across the line of scrimmage. You watch those running backs and how they get low when they come across. CJ was standing straight up, and they just took a good shot on him like everybody would have done on any other team.
First down and goal just inside the 10, and it's Braden Baker. Gets away from one of the tackles. This time trying to turn the corner. He steps out of bounds. Thought he was going to be able to tiptoe down the sideline and maybe get in the end zone, but just steps out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Only ends up being about a 2-yard gain. It'll be second down and goal from the 7.
His grandma down there was super proud. She was up there with both hands up in the air, cheering him on.
We saw Grandma this morning at the Snooty Pig because we went there because we were hungry. And a fake to Baker this time, and Jet Copeland's going to keep it, make a nice move at the 5, and he gets hit really hard as he gets just inside the 1. And it will be third down and goal for Argyle at the 1-yard line, and that's a little dangerous there, right? Your second string quarterback and take off running. I don't know if I want to run the quarterback draw with your second string in there, but actually CJ has his helmet on, and it looks like he's ready to go back in the game.
Yeah, he is.
Behind the coaching staff, and we've got the end of the first quarter.
Well, he may get in then.
So we are through quarter number 1
That's the end of the first quarter.
We are through quarter number 1 here at Eagle Stadium. Big Class 4A Division I matchup tonight. Argyle leads La Vega 7-0 on AEBC Broadcasting.
Over 65 years and still growing, at Bill Utter Ford, we'll help you find the perfect car, truck, or SUV with our always utterly affordable prices. Bill Utter Ford is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles, and together we are flying high over North Texas. Bill Utter Ford, a Denton County tradition for over 65 years. Visit us today or see us online at BillUtterFord.com.
You're gonna like the way we treat you, Bill Utter Ford.
The team at Noble Classic Homes, your local master home builder and remodeler, has been Argyle's premier home builder since 1998. We can assist you in building your dream home, remodeling, or even storm restoration. Noble Classic Homes has been selected by D Homes as best of the best home builders from 2011 through 2017 and best of Denton County every year since 2015. Visit our new office located at 9998 Hilltop Road in Argyle and check out our award-winning website at nobleclassichomes.com. Let us build the dream your family will call home. Go Eagles!
So third down and goal for Argyle just inside the 2. CJ Rogers back in there, but it's Braden Baker diving over the top.
Touchdown.
And he's in for the touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run for Braden Baker. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Yeah, and they kind of helicopter and he goes up and over the pile, little guy, and he gets knocked around and helicoptered on top, but it was enough to get him into the end zone. Great determination on his part right there.
Sutton Lee, the holder for Argyle. Sophomore, Logan May, the deep snapper for Caden Dodson's extra point. Snap's good, and the extra point is hooked a little bit to the left, but it will get inside the upright, and it is good. 11:55 to play in our second quarter now. It's Argyle 14, La Vega nothing. We're back with more Argyle Eagle football in just a moment.
The Real Estate Station, Argyle's first and only privately owned real estate office since 1986, wants to say thank you. We know you have a choice when it comes to trusting a professional to meet all of your real estate needs. We at the Real Estate Station love Argyle, and we are your neighbors. All of our team lives here. We're also members of the Eagle family. We value investing in our community and helping make Argyle great. Speaking of great, we're proud to cheer on our Argyle Eagles, and with everyone's support, they can accomplish anything. We'd love to meet you. Dave and Kathy Salisbury and the Real Estate Station team.
407 Barbecue is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles. Named the very best barbecue in all of DFW several times over, 407 Barbecue offers an array of award-winning smoked meats, including mouth-watering brisket and rib. If you're brave enough, try to tackle on your own Spudzilla. No plate is complete without one of their world-famous sides either. And don't get out the door until you round out your trip with a bowl of Grandma's banana pudding. 407 Barbecue is family-owned and operated by your neighbors right here in Argyle. See their menu and catering options online at 407bbq.com or see for yourself at I-35W exit 407. 407 Barbecue.
With the win this time, Caden Dodson will kick it deep, and it will go about 3 yards deep into the red end zone right at the bottom of the S in Eagles, and will be a touchback. And they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. Here's Mitchie Pooh with the drive summary.
Yeah, this drive summary is brought to us by Lori Jacobson of DFW Legacy Real Estate Group. Typical Argyle drive, 8 plays, 35 yards, just a minute 29, capped off by Braden Baker, about a 3-yard run. And Kenny, what I was going to tell you is, you know, any lead by Argyle really makes it even more difficult for La Vega because they can't really throw the ball, right? They got to ground it out. So it's just hard for them to come back. So Argyle needs to keep their foot on the gas and keep pressure on them here defensively.
1st and 10 for La Vega, new quarterback in there, and the handoff running right this time is Jarquay Walton before Zach Stewart comes up to make the stop. A bit of a shout out here to Reed Atkins, who's out there. His first action of the season, as he was listed in the preseason as a starting outside linebacker for Argyle and got hurt in preseason, actually in practice. And this is the first game he's had an opportunity to be suited out and play. 2nd down and 7. He's over there on the left side at linebacker as La Vega looks to the sidelines to get the play call. This will only be the 13th play in this game so far for La Vega. Argyle already 26 plays. 2nd down and 7. Handoff again to Jarquay Walton. He is hit hard in the backfield. And that is Davis Elsey from his linebacker spot making that stop. 4th tackle for Elsey. And it'll be 3rd down and 8 as he lost a couple on that play.
Yeah, and Argyle doing a great job of not getting blown off the ball by those big guys over at La Vega. And I mean, that's their bread and butter, right? They got to run the football. Bringing the little guy in here right now, I think I'd probably get somebody pretty well focused on him.
Play clock down to 5 here before La Vega breaks the huddle. 3rd down and 8. 1 for 3 on 3rd down. They're going to have to hurry to get the play off, and they do with 1 second, and it is number 6. Jarquay Walton getting the handoff, and he's going to break a tackle and have just enough for a 1st down. Needed about 8, gets about 8.5, and that'll be a La Vega 1st down at their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, and a good tough run by him. I mean, he's cut through a bunch of traffic, and he was breaking some of those arm tackles and just got just enough to get him the 1st down. That was a huge play for them.
So Argyle starting cornerback Caleb Murdoch this week. He committed to Texas A&M to do a little pole vaulting down there, and my understanding that maybe a couple of these track coach down there might be listening. So shout out to the Aggie track coach.
Yeah, getting a good one and a good one going to a great program.
A good kid from a good family for sure. 2nd down and 7 after a 3-yard gain here for the Pirates. I got to give another shout out here, but I got to find it because it also has to do with Caleb as Kelly Roberts, one of the teachers at Argyle. Her class, they can't have the football buddies like they've always had in the past this season, right, with the coronavirus. Here's a pass, way off the mark here from quarterback Blaine McHale. I don't know if he thought DeGrate was going to run a stop route there and DeGrate was planning on going long or what, but that was actually nowhere near him.
Okay, you remember Tony DeGrate played for University of Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Remember? Any Ken, I wonder?
Way back when, there was Alexandra DeGrate.
Yeah, they're probably not, those two probably aren't Ken, but Tony maybe. Oh, you're right, Aaron DeGrate. Yeah, for sure, the basketball player at La Vega, yeah.
3rd down and 7. And there is a delay of game. We talked about that. And as you hear Mitch saying, for sure, you're right. Sometimes we forget as Blake talks to us sometimes in our headphones, and we forget you guys don't hear him.
But yeah, I mean, she's wasn't she like a freshman or something, super dominant? Did they win state last year, La Vega, basketball? Who beat the Argyle girls last year?
No, that was Fairfield.
Fairfield. Okay, they had the freshman, right? Tony Brackens or somebody's. Tony Braxton.
After a false start penalty here for the Pirates, it'll be 3rd down and 12. The Pirates move from right to left in the 2nd quarter.
Okay, they throw and they run. Can he go?
Rogers is back at quarterback. I think they're going to have to throw here on 3rd down. And they're going to look at the stop route on the left side over there, and that pass is complete, but it's well short of the 1st down. It was in front of Caleb Murdoch, but he does a nice job of making sure that Jabrian Boyd did not get the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down and about 5 here in their own territory, so you think the Pirates will punt. Anyway, Argyle teacher Kelly Roberts, who has had a couple of boys in this football program. Caden Roberts, the sack master a couple of years ago, played for the Eagles. Well, she's doing virtual teaching this year, and Caleb Murdoch is their virtual football buddy. But so her sweet second grader, she even sent me a picture of all the second graders on her computer. So shout out to Miss Roberts' second grade class. And here is good snap to the punter, which is also Jordan Rogers. He does a little bit of everything, by the way. And punt's going to go to about the 31-yard line. And a 28-yard punt, no return. Argyle will have it first and 10 at their own 31-yard line. The Chippewa lineman wants to give a shout out and then kind of give us a little discussion about this game to kind of figure out that Argyle kind of seems to have pretty much all the momentum so far.
Well, you know, I've been watching the game, and sometimes when you see the other team, you're grateful for players on your team.
Yeah.
Their center has made 4 really pretty big mistakes, 2 false starts and 2 bad snaps. Sure makes us grateful that something as simple as a snap. We have Blake Spence, and he does a phenomenal job, never makes any mistakes, knock on wood. And I'll get to my shout out in a little bit, but just watching that makes me appreciate Blake Spence more.
And a perfect snap here for Blake Spence, and a handoff to Knox Scoggins from C.J. Rogers. Just waits on Sheridan Wilson to get a block, and Sheridan gets a nice block. And it'll be a pickup of 5 for Knox Scoggins on the right side of the 36-yard line. And Clark, they're moving quickly here. Let's see if we got time for a shot. If they look at the sideline or not, we'll see if they – nope, it's a snap. Handoff, Knox Scoggins, and he's hitting the backfield. That's going to happen. Some of these big, great defensive linemen here for Waco La Vega. That one's Rayshawn Roberts. That's a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and about 6. All right, Clark, who you shouting out?
I'm shouting out to Ashley Schrader. Her and her husband, Dr. Chat, and the kids, Caden, Steve, all y'all. Ashley is celebrating her birthday on Tuesday. Could not be more excited for her, and I just wanted to shout it out and say happy birthday, Ash.
I don't know how old Ashley is, but I'm going to say she doesn't look a day over about 23.
3 of sorts, over 29.
That was a 3-yard gain on the left side here for Knox Scoggins on 3rd down and 7. Mitch, a little surprised there that Argyle didn't maybe throw the football?
Yeah, I mean, it was almost kind of like they were just satisfied with running a couple plays and kicking it to him right there. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of imagination, but you just don't want La Vega back in the game, right? I mean, I think right now they're probably a little shell-shocked, wondering, what they got to do to make a play. And man, I just want to stay on the gas right there.
So here is the nice snap from Logan May back to Caden Dotson in punt formation. And Jordan Rogers will let it bounce at the 30. It takes a great Argyle roll.
What is he doing?
Jordan Rogers is right on top of the football. I don't know why he – all that ball's got to do is roll a little sideways and hit him in the foot there, and Argyle can get over it, get on the football, and it'll be their ball. But anyway, 47-yard punt for Caden Dodson finally stops at about the 15-yard line. La Vega will have it at their own 15-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, and you know what, with what Clark said about Blake Spence, we really underrate what those guys do, right? I mean, Blake Spence is out there and he's calling out where everybody's assignment is, and you don't really see that from La Vega. He's just a kid that puts a lot of work into it, puts a lot of work into the weight room, and then when he comes out here, it shows every game, every single snap.
And here's Jarquay Walton. Stops on a dime and cuts it straight up the middle where the hole was. He's going to have 5 yards to the 20-yard line for the Pirates. And, there's also a difference there as well that 75 Ivan Martinez for La Vega is a sophomore. Starting there at center for the Pirates.
Well, remember, I commented about that one snap right at the first of the game, right? It just kind of end over end fluttered back to him.
Almost looked like he hit his own rear end with the ball before,
Yeah.
2nd down and 5. Here's Jarquay Walton again running right. This time he's hitting the backfield, but as he's getting slung down, he uses his strength to fall forward, and it's actually going to be a gain of a couple. Looks like Darren Chapa makes a stop for Argyle. 3rd down and about 3.
Wapa Chapa?
Yeah, according to Hunter Roberts on this week's Eagles Nest podcast, Darren Chapa has the best eye black on the team.
Wow.
And says Coach Rogers tells him that you're playing football, you're not going to a KISS concert. But 3rd down and about 2.5. Handoff and hit in the backfield. Absolutely nowhere to go. It's Logan May on the stop. The Edric Brawley had checked in at running back. No gain. It'll stay 4th and 3, and on comes the punt team for La Vega.
Yeah, and he didn't just get tackled. He got knocked to the ground right there. You know, sometimes they get a chance to kind of wiggle their way and get a couple extra yards, but not that time. He got knocked down hard.
I don't know that Logan May has one way to hit somebody, and that's hard. There is no, he's never grabbing people by the jersey and pulling them down nice and soft.
Yeah.
Jordan Rogers back in punt formation. Zach Stewart stands back at his own 45, and Argyle coming at it. Oh, and they hit the punter, but there's no flag. And it's a really short punt that will be downed at the La Vega 42-yard line. Only a 20-yard punt for Jordan Rogers, no return. The Eagles have great field position again at the La Vega 42, 4:43 to play before the half. Argyle leading 14-0 over La Vega with Clark McNulty and Mitch Cullen. I'm Kenny Arthur, Blake Jones producing tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And Mitch, who's bringing us our second quarter?
Let's do that. Second quarter sponsors: Lori Jacobson, DFW Legacy Real Estate, Lisa Hemby, Closets by Design, Noble Classic Homes, Sherry Brunson, Cinch Cleaner, sorry about that, Point Bank, Marge Bum, Snooty Pig.
Here goes the pass over the middle. Cash Walker has got it in stride of a 10-5 touchdown. Made it look a whole lot easier than it was for sure, but it looks really good. C.J. Rogers to Cash Walker, 42 yards, 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Yeah, and that's the first time that we've really gotten separation on the secondary, right? I mean, we've thrown a couple of passes, but didn't really have anybody open. But that time, Cash Walker was wide open, and it was a great throw right on the money.
You know, Cash does a great job there. He looks like he's almost running a route going across the middle, and then he just kind of turns toward the post at the last second to break away from the defender. An extra point from Caden Dotson is good. We'll finish reading those sponsors for you here in just a little bit, in just a moment. But right now, we'll take a timeout. 4:36 to play. Second quarter, Argyle 21, La Vega nothing on AEBC Broadcasting.
Buying or selling a home is likely your greatest investment. Lori Jacobson, broker of DFW Legacy Real Estate Group, believes in making the process easy and simple for your family. Whether you're moving into your forever home in Argyle or a first-time buyer, Lori is dedicated to making sure all of her clients walk away from the transaction satisfied. If you want the best, call Lori Jacobson, D Magazine's best real estate agent in 2019 and 2020. Lori wants to encourage all the Argyle Eagles to leave a legacy on and off the field. Go Eagles.
Cycle Center of Denton and BMW Motorcycles of Denton proudly support Argyle Athletics. Cycle Center is your local family-owned and operated power sports store with the best selection of motorcycles, all-terrain vehicles, and side-by-side fun and work machines. Shop the largest parts and accessories showroom in North Texas and experience a factory-trained service department that will support you with the great service to keep your machine running at its best. Cycle Center wants to thank all the Argyle football fans, coaches, and faculty that make Argyle the best school in Texas. Come see why Cycle Center of Denton is called your power sports store with more.
Something about working on the sidelines that things don't work out for you. We had Clark in the hospital last week. Here's a line drive kickoff that goes into the end zone for the touchback. And this week it's Robert Hudgens, who had riding some ATVs up in Colorado and had a little injury and had to have some surgery today. So Robert and his beautiful wife Melissa are listening from home. So Robert, get better. We'd like to have you back out here at some point in time if the Chippewa lineman goes down again, right? So 4:36 to play after that touchback. Argyle leading 21-0. We have a Mitchy Poo drive summary. I think it's pretty easy.
Wait, drive summary? Let me do the sponsors.
Yeah, finish
Let me do the sponsors, all right? Let's go back. Marge Bunch, Snooty Pig, Jason Wiley of the Argyle Fine Arts Preschool, Minerva Consulting, and the sponsor of our halftime show, Dr. Gomez at Rapid Med Urgent Care. The drive summary brought to you by Marge Bunch and the Snooty Pig. One play, 42 yards.
Timeout. La Vega.
10 seconds. They ran a 10-second, 42-yard race with C.J. Rogers to Cash Walker. Cash Walker, any kin to Kenny Walker?
The old basketball player that won the slam dunk contest back in like the 80s sometime?
From Kentucky, right?
Yeah. So La Vega calls a timeout here. And Clark, I want to come down to Clark and talk about there maybe even more down there. Is it just me? La Vega just doesn't seem to be right.
They are very confused. Even when they came out for the kickoff, and now we've kicked off to them, what, three times? They're still kind of trying to figure out where they go. I'm pretty sure this first-year starter for the center. They just seem a little off.
Yeah.
Early in the year, but too far into the season to have little mistakes like that.
Yeah, third game, yeah.
Fourth game even. So
fourth game,
but,
yeah, 3-0.
They are a team. We've seen this the last several years. They're a team that somehow they peak when it hits week 11.
They
right?
figure it out, right? They figure it out by then. That's what it is. Their athleticism gets them pretty far, and then they start getting the head part into it, and they turn into a really great team.
Quick pass out to the right, and it is complete. It's going to be enough for a first down to Jabrian Bowie. A Bouye, that's what I hear Andy Smith call him. So we're going to go Cajun. Bouye! And so that's a first down up to the 37-yard line. So a first down for the Pirates. Argyle leading 21-0. Jordan Rogers is the quarterback for the Pirates. And again, like we mentioned, he would technically on their depth chart, he's the third-string quarterback. Era Rawls, who won a state championship year before last, as a sophomore, was the starting quarterback. And you can tell Jordan is not necessarily supposed to be a quarterback as he's wearing number 20. And there's Logan May in the backfield. And, if he doesn't make a big hit, he gets him for a 4-yard loss back to the 33-yard line. He was being blocked pretty good there and had to make a shoestring tackle, but great play by Logan May in the backfield.
Yeah, he just pushed his man into the backfield and just destroyed the whole play for him. There's nowhere for anybody to go. They're going to run into him or their own guy.
Second down and 14 here for the Pirates. And again, play clock down to 8. And the Pirates are all running around talking to each other, trying to figure out where to line up here. Second down 15, Jarquay Walton gets it running right and gets away from a couple of defenders in the backfield. And down the sideline, he's got a first down all the way into Argyle territory at the 40, all the way down to the 42-yard line of the 43 of the Eagles before Reed Atkins can knock him out of bounds. I think Jacob Robinson also in on the stop. 25-yard gain for Jarquay Walton. And Mitch, that looked like maybe Darren Chapa had him in the backfield.
Yeah, I think he did too, and that's kind of what we've all been scared of, right? They break one and then they're gone down the sideline, and Argyle's done a good job so far, but they're starting to have a little bit of success running the ball.
Walton again finds a little bit of hole on the left side behind big number 77, Case Baggett. And after that play, Clark, you must have just saw what I saw. Yeah. Baggett just falls on top of Davis Elsey, and I don't know that I want Case Baggett falling on top of me.
That's a load.
He's listed at 6'4", 360 pounds. This big number 77.
I believe it.
For the La Vega Pirates. Second down and 5 from the Argyle 38-yard line. Looks like somebody might have moved a little early. And here's a quarterback draw for Rogers. And Argyle does a nice job reading that. And he'll be brought down after a gain of only about a yard. Looks like Ty Johnson and Chase Bunnell combined to make the stop. It'll be third down and 4.
Yeah, and they are starting to get a little bit of push right there, and I think that's kind of the play they want their quarterback to run, where he gets a little steam behind him and can exploit any kind of crease he sees. And so far in the game they hadn't done it, but now they're kind of putting us to the test a little bit.
La Vega 2 for 6 on third down. This one third down and about 3.5 from the Argyle 37. And Jarquay Walton's got it. He's hit in the backfield, gets away, but not enough as 3 or 4 other red shirts come in to wrap up Jarquay Walton. And coming up off the bottom of the pile is Davis Elsey and Jet Copeland. It's going to be a loss of about 3 all the way back to the 39-yard line with 1:20 to play here in the half. And Coach Rogers wants a timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout.
They'll probably get the football back.
Argyle.
Yeah, they're going to go for it right here, don't you imagine?
Yeah, I would think you would. I mean, you're down 21-0. You got to try to make something happen.
Only a minute 20 left. Yeah, they're going to go for it here. They're at least in positive territory, and Argyle's into the field. And what are they going to do if they punt it? They're going to give Argyle the ball. I mean,
minute 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm them, I'm going.
I'm going for it here. Yeah. Shout out to John Lavelle, who is the president of the Booster Club, and his friend Ted Simpson is watching from international, of course, in Toronto.
Nice.
So Ted, this is, maybe you're from here, I don't know, but this is how Americans play football. So we don't have
it's only a 100-yard field.
We don't have the 20-yard end zones.
It's only 55 yards wide.
Can't take off before the snap, all those kind of things.
Let me give a shout out to my wife who's at home listening. Hey, Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda.
4th down here for the Pirates as they're debating on what to do here with 1:20 in the half.
Okay, so if I'm in, I don't think I'm going to pass it, right? I mean, it's just well, yeah, but if it's me, I'm going to give it to Walton and try and figure out something for him to do with it. He's my best option.
4th down. Rogers looking to throw. He's in trouble, but now he takes off right up the middle and breaks one tackle about 2 yards shy of the first down, and that was just what he needed. Able to fall forward for a first down at the Argyle 32-yard line.
Yeah, and they had him in the backfield. They had 2 guys back there that were just fixing to close in on him, and they were coming one way and he was going the other, and that was all he needed to get past him and get downfield.
But, you know, that's what a good mobile quarterback does,
for
right?
sure.
You get a pocket, and you take off running straight up the middle. First down at 10 from the 33. Jarquay Walton is hit by Reed Atkins, and then Davis Elsey comes in, but Walton able to pick up about 6, though, after contact, and make it 2nd down and 4. Carson Shaw will check in, give Logan May a breather.
Yeah, with that, with the running quarterback like that, you give what you give away in the passing game, you hope he makes up for in the running game, and that was one play where he did make up for it.
2nd down and 4 for the Pirates. Clock running with 44 seconds. They're not in a hurry to score.
No.
Snap a little low. Rogers looking to throw. He's going to throw it right over the middle. He's got a man and a great diving catch right at the goal line. Touchdown.
No, he didn't get in.
I thought he landed just short of the goal line, but it is a touchdown, a 26-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Rogers to Jabrian Boyer. And the La Vega Pirates have scored right here before the half.
Yeah, and it's what they needed, right? I hate it for Argyle because you don't want them going into halftime with a little bit of momentum, but that was a great throw and catch. I don't think he got in. I think he was down on about the 1. But nonetheless, it's 6 on the scoreboard.
Pavel Ramirez in for the extra point. Out of the hold of Manny Ruiz, and that extra point is good. 35 seconds to play here before the half. It's now Argyle 21, La Vega 7. Back in a moment with more Argyle Eagle football. Updating your home is too important to do alone. The Design House of Denton has designers and experts on staff who want to help. Whether it's simply new flooring or having an entire wing of your home remodeled, the Design House has a full spectrum of services for any size idea you have. They care about you and your home both during and after your project. My wife and I know this from personal experience. Now it's time to see for yourself. Go see the friendly staff at their gorgeous showroom located just outside Golden Triangle Mall at 2303 Colorado Boulevard. The Design House of Denton, locally owned and proud members of Argyle Eagle Nation.
Hey, Eagle fans, are you tired of all the clutter? Do you have a spare room overflowing with decorations? How about a 2 or 3 car garage that you can't even park in? Well, Argyle Storage is the answer. They offer drive-up and climate-controlled self-storage, along with several storage options for the boat and RV customer as well. They're located on 377, close to home on the north side of Argyle. Check them out online at argylestorageco.com. That's argylestorageco.com.
Hey, Mitch. It's the slow jazz.
Yeah.
KMTH. K-Mitch.
There you are. Like that.
See if Argyle can do what they've done the last couple weeks and punch one in here right before the half. And there's a fair catch by Hayden Stewart at the 14-yard line. So they'll bring it to the 25-yard line with that fair catch. But
man, we've had good success returning the ball. He had 15 yards ahead of him. I guess Argyle's content maybe just to run the clock out right here.
We'll see what Coach Rogers and Coach Bachtel decide to do here on the
anyway
from their own 25. But how about a Mitchie Poo drive summary?
Let's do that. That's going to be brought to us by Noble Classic Homes. We had 9 plays, 75 yards for the Pirates. 4:01 off the clock, exactly what they wanted. Run the clock, long drive. 7 runs, 2 passes, capped off by a 27-yard TD pass.
Argyle is going to throw it here on first down, and it's Cash Walker, but there's a flag down, and I got scared there. Actually, the Argyle coaches sit right next to us. There's glass between us, so we don't really hear what they're saying, but boy, when that flag went flying, one of them hit the table so hard that it sounded like a gunshot up here.
Yeah. I was a little bit worried because we got all the people up on the roof. I thought maybe this place was going to give way. And
so a procedure penalty, and Eagles move back 5.
Yeah, so
first down at 15.
La Vega's got that safety pretty deep right here. They don't want anybody getting behind them, and I don't blame them. So Argyle was going to throw underneath there and did. And if you can do that, you can throw underneath a couple of times, Clark, and then you get them cheating up, and then you go deep on them and try and score right before the half.
Instead, Argyle will run the football this time and knock Scoggins off right tackle. Not much there. And Vincent Henderson makes the stop. 15 seconds left here in this first quarter, and I think the Eagles will be content just going to the half here. And we are through the first half here. We'll see if we can get Clark going to try to get head coach Todd Rogers. And Clark, we'll throw it down to you.
Well, I'm here with Coach Todd. Looked like your offense kind of stumbled coming out of the gate a little bit in the passing game. Your running game has been great. More of the same in the second half?
Yeah, I don't think our offense stumbled. I think that's a very good team, and we were working, trying to get everybody in the right spots, and we put 21 points on a good football team, so I think we're good to set up for the second half.
Okay, and how do you keep that momentum going in the second half?
A fiery halftime speech.
There you go. Thanks.
I love that. That halftime interview brought to you by Lori Jacobson of the DFW Legacy Real Estate Group. As we are at the half here at Eagle Stadium, and Argyle did, for the most part, take control of that first half. A little bit of a stumble, if you will, there right at the latter part of that first half, and allowed La Vega to march down the field and put some points on the board. But Argyle up 14 here as we head to the Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show. We are going to have the band for you here in a little bit at halftime, so stay tuned for that so you can see the awesomeness of the Argyle High School band and all sorts of other things coming up here at halftime. The Argyle ISD Eagle Update with Rick Herron and Pam Arrington, the out-of-town scoreboard, and stats and sounds from the first half, and the Rapid Med Urgent Care keys to the second half, all coming up in just a moment on the Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show. And you know what? Let's do this. So the Argyle leading 21-7 as the Argyle band comes out on the field. Let's hear from Pam and Rick and that Argyle ISD Eagle Update.
Let's do that.
Hello, this is Rick Herron, Director of Communications for Argyle ISD, with this week's Eagle Update about news and happenings across the district. So who's interested in archery? Any Eagles in grades 4 through 12 interested in joining the Argyle archery teams can sign up between now and October 12th on ArgyleUSports.com. The season begins October 13th, and this is a great opportunity to have fun and be part of a highly competitive team that participates in local, state, national, and even world competitions. All skill levels are welcome, and remember, space is limited, so get signed up today if you're interested in joining. Also, you can visit ArgyleArchery.com for more information about the program. It's very important that Argyle ISD continues to keep its families and community updated regarding COVID-19 cases and provide transparency. The district is providing a detailed webpage on ArgyleISD.com about screenings and protocols for our parents and guardians to follow. This information also includes the steps that happen if a student is sent home with symptoms. We have provided our families an updated COVID-19 cases dashboard, which is updated daily. This dashboard provides the number of active lab-confirmed cases and recovered cases campus by campus. We are committed to keeping our families updated regarding active cases, and the website includes valuable resources and health reminders. This is all located directly on the Argyle ISD homepage, and click on the COVID-19 tab at the top of the page. Thank you to our Eagle families for partnering with the district in helping mitigate the spread by practicing safety guidelines. Here's a quick save the date reminder for our Argyle West Elementary parents. The campus will be hosting Spirit Night at the Chipotle, located on Highway 377 in Roanoke, on September 29th from 5 to 9 p.m. Simply show the flyer on your phone And this can be found on the Argyle ISD website, and they will donate 33% of the purchase to the campus. Again, that's September 29th at the Chipotle in Roanoke from 5 to 9 p.m. Also, here's a chance to support the Talon News and receive some great pictures of your son or daughter. Sign up to become a Go Photo member and receive the best 25 photos of your son or daughter, and this can include classroom photos, pep rallies, athletic events, band performance, graduation, or any event covered by our talented photographers from the Talon News. All proceeds benefit the Journalism and Scholarship Program. Visit thetalonnews.com for more information. This week in District News, in a commitment to the partnership with the town of Argyle and Denton County in expediting the Crawford Road reconstruction project, the Argyle ISD Board of Trustees unanimously approved accepting a below-market value for district-owned land during a special board meeting on Monday, September 14th. The two properties sold by Argyle ISD included a 1.236-acre tract on John Payne Road and Crawford Road for a future roundabout, and land for a permanent right-of-way at Unity Park. Argyle ISD School Board President Sam Slayton commented on the sale by saying, "We are grateful for our continued partnership with the town of Argyle and Denton County. This project will have a great and lasting impact on providing safety and traffic improvements that will be very beneficial to our Eagle families and community." You can read more about this land sale on the district website. Well, that's it for this week's Eagle Update on the communication side of things. Now we're joined by Pam Arrington, the Argyle ISD Director of Marketing.
Hello, Argyle Eagles. This is Pamela Arrington. I'm bringing you some updates from around the district. This past week, Hilltop Elementary School and Argyle Intermediate School held a Grandparents' Day parade. This was a fun event that allowed the grandparents to decorate their cars and drive their cars through the student-lined parking lots at these campuses. The students had a lot of fun with this event as well as they decorated signs, held those up, and waved at all the grandparents. You can check out some great photos from this fun-filled event on the Argyle ISD Flickr account. And you can get there by visiting the Argyle ISD website. Scroll up to the top, find the main homepage picture titled Grandparents' Day. Click there and it will direct you to the photo gallery. At Argyle West Elementary School, they held their book fair this past week. That was a fun-filled event. We want to give a shout out to the librarian at Argyle West Elementary and all of the volunteers that helped make that event so successful. Also at Argyle West Elementary, coming up on September the 24th, they are hosting a virtual literacy night. It's going to be a fun-filled virtual evening that's going to promote learning and loving reading. Well, Argyle ISD, I hope you are enjoying the game. I hope you're staying up to date with everything Argyle by visiting us on Facebook and Twitter, and also visiting news and updates on the Argyle ISD website. Hope you enjoy the rest of your game. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay a safe distance apart, and don't forget to mask up. Go Eagles.
Thank you, Pam Arrington and Rick Heron, for that Argyle ISD Eagle update as we are in the Rapid Med halftime show. Argyle leading La Vega 21-7 at the half. And let's get you to that band performance, state championship winning band performance as the kids are lining up on the field now, as you can see on our Rapid Med live stream. And we'll get you to the field audio right now here in the Rapid Med halftime show.
And now, Argyle High School
This is the Argyle Band performing live here at the Rapid Med halftime show. Argyle leading La Vega 21-7. Again, this is the Argyle Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Argyle La Vega. The Argyle Band inaugurates the Waco La Vega Band. Good luck with their season. Directors of the Argyle Band are Jason Burke, Michael Lewis, and the Air. The two directors are Fletcher, Cody Dugan, Art Director Tony Newell, from Argyle High School, Mr. John Key, and the Superintendent of Argyle ISD is Dr. Rice.
And that was the band performance here in the Rapid Man halftime show. We're going to take a break. There's about 12 minutes left in halftime. When we come back, we'll get the out-of-town scoreboard from John Little, and Kenny Arthur will recap the first half stats and sounds. Again, Argyle leading at the break over La Vega 21-7. You're listening to Argyle Eagles football, brought to you by the Argyle Eagles Booster Club.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Joe Bartram with CNN Mortgage. We are a privately owned mortgage lender since 1997, offering financing options designed for your family needs. CNN Mortgage is a proud sponsor of the Argyle Eagles. We have expanded and we invite you into our office right here in Argyle or our main office in Grapevine. CNN Mortgage is an active member of the community, so mention this ad and receive $550 towards the cost of your appraisal when we finance your next home. If you have dreams, we have solutions. CNN Mortgage is a licensed mortgage lender in the state of Texas. NMLS number is 148530. Joe Bartram's NMLS number is 1010778. Go Eagles!
Hey Argyle folks, want 100% employee pricing on a new set of wheels? Then get to Waxahachie Autoplex today. Owners Wes and Lisa Spence are proud parents of number 78 Blake Spence. So whether you need a new Ford, Dodge, Jeep, or Nissan, you'll find the best selection of new and pre-owned cars and trucks. Wes doesn't play games with the sales staff. In fact, he'll deliver the car and sign the paperwork on your kitchen table. Tell him you heard about it from us. Great selection, service, and price. That's what Waxahachie Autoplex is all about.
This broadcast is made possible by the generous support of our corporate advertising sponsors who have enabled Argyle ISD athletic programs to achieve many exceptional accomplishments, including state championships in multiple sports and 8 consecutive Lone Star Cups. These sponsorships remain the primary source of funding for the Booster Club, which directs the expenditures towards Argyle athletics and clubs at the high school and middle school level. Your corporate sponsorship provides the best opportunity for our student athletes to reach their full potential here at Argyle ISD, and in return, we offer numerous advertising packages which fit your budget to brand your business with high visibility in the stadiums or right here on these airwaves. Do you want to be a sponsor and support the athletics here at Argyle ISD? Contact Brian and Shelley Stone at aebc.sponsorship@gmail.com to begin your support. Go Eagles!
Hey there, Eagle fans. I am Kelly Roberts, Social Media Director for the Argyle Eagles Booster Club. Just a reminder to subscribe and listen to our Eagles Nest podcast every week. I release it on Twitter and Facebook every Thursday, and I will re-release it every Friday. You can also download the podcast app, search for Eagles Nest Podcast, and they are all there for you. It is a fun way to hear the player spotlights, scouting reports, coaches interviews, fun Gruden moments, and updates on our great school district. So make sure that you catch those Eagle Nest podcasts every Thursday and Friday. Thanks, and go Eagles.
This is the Rapid Med halftime show. You're listening to Eagles football as Argyle leads Waco La Vega at the break 21-7. Before we get to our first half stats and sounds with Kenny Arthur, let's step inside to the out-of-town scoreboard desk, and John Little is here to update you on all the scores going around the Metroplex. Hey, John, how are you?
Blake, good evening to you. Great first half for the Argyle Eagles. And first off, let's check the other scores in 7-4A Division I before we get into district play in the coming weeks. First of all, Anna was supposed to travel to Longview Spring Hill. We don't have a score for that one as of yet. That might have been called off tonight. Tonight also, Paris taking on the number 9 Midlothian Heritage team this evening, and that game is tied at 7 in the first quarter. Additionally, Carrollton Ranchview opening up their season tonight. Remember, they couldn't play the first 3 weeks because they were in Dallas County. They couldn't start practice. Finally, they're on the field tonight, taking on Sunnyvale. Sunnyvale coming in at 0-3. Sunnyvale having their way with Ranchview so far, up 26-0. 3 different players have already thrown touchdown passes for Sunnyvale. How interesting is that? Meanwhile, for Aubrey tonight, Aubrey leads Terrell 28-6, and Aubrey has had 4 different players score in that one, leading Terrell, one of the 7-4A Division I mates for the Argyle Eagles. Additionally, district bunkmate Melissa up on Stephenville 22-14. That one is in the second quarter. Antonio Robinson for Melissa has 89 total yards and a touchdown in the first half. Kaufman leads Alvarado 10-6. That one is nearing the half as well. But Alvarado's William Labermeyer has 22 carries for 137 yards and a score already in that one for Alvarado. Now getting to the top 10 in 4A Division I, obviously the top 2 teams are playing in Argyle tonight. And then 3-0 Lampasas was scheduled to take on China Spring. That game canceled tonight, like so many others have been through the first few weeks of the season. So, number 4, Dumas taking on Levelland tonight. And Dumas is up 27-12 in the Panhandle. That game is at the half. Corpus Christi Miller going to Rockport Fulton. Miller coming in as the number 5 team, but it's Rockport Fulton with a 28-14 lead in the second quarter over Miller. Possible upset brewing. Also, number 6 Port Lavaca Calhoun facing Bel Air Episcopal, but that game has no score as of yet available. Number 7 Bernie home against Sweetwater, and Bernie leads a barn burner 21-20 at the half. Corpus Christi Cal Allens, your number 8 team in 4A Division I. They are idle tonight. Like we said, Midlothian Heritage, the 9 team, tied up with Paris at 7. And the new number 10, Canyon, at Borger tonight. And Canyon all over Borger so far, 27-3 at the half. Some other scores you might be concerned about. Well, Crum will not play for the next 2 weeks. Their game's canceled because COVID-19 coming through their program. They were scheduled to play Bridgeport tonight. That's not happening. Also, next week's game, which was a homecoming game for Crum, has been pushed back a couple weeks as well. Also, Sanger was supposed to play Mineral Wells, but Mineral Wells had to cancel, so Sanger ends up playing Canton instead. Sanger and Canton are tied at 13 in the second quarter. Just into the third quarter, Decatur visiting Graham. Graham is up 10-0 in that one. Omaha, Paw Hewitt at Celina tonight. Celina trying to pick up that first win, an elusive first win for Celina this year, and they're up 21-0. That game is in the second quarter. Ferris edging Farmersville at the break, 11-10 at the half there. Brock up on Iowa Park, 21-14 in the second. Lake Worth are shutting out Venus 17-0. That's also in the second quarter. And nearing the half, Gunner with a 9-7 lead over Pilot Point this evening. Blake?
Thank you, John. He's the best. I don't care what anybody says. Fantastic out-of-town scoreboard there here in the Rapid Med halftime show. Argyle leading the La Vega Pirates 21-7. Like John mentioned, this is a matchup of the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state, so it's going to be a great one. La Vega stealing a little bit of momentum there late in the first half, and according to Coach Todd Rogers, a fiery halftime speech is what it's going to take to keep his team's momentum here in this one. Let's take one more quick break. When we come back, the great, the legendary Kenny Arthur will run down some of the first half stats and sounds. This is the Rapid Med halftime show.
Hello, neighbors, and welcome to another season of Argyle Eagles Sports. This is Jolette Ryan, owner of the Remax North Texas team located here in Argyle. And although my own Eagles have left the nest, like you, we are ready for some football. As a parent, I pray your children are healthy and safe and trust the faculty and coaches. Once again, it is our honor to serve as an all-sports sponsor for Argyle Sports, which for us is an annual labor of love. Remember, support our teachers, our teams, our first responders, and police. Come to the Remax North Texas team. We are ready to serve all of your real estate needs.
Rapid Med Urgent Care provides you and your family with personalized, state-of-the-art minor emergency care and primary care. Just up the road at the corner of FM 407 and Chin Chapel Road. This fall, we'll also open a new Argyle location just next to the stadium. Checkups to cuts, broken bones, school vaccinations, sports physicals, and now our all-new telemedicine service, Rapid Med On Demand. No waiting room and direct access to Rapid Med over the web by using your webcam or smartphone. COVID testing available. Extremely proud supporters of our Argyle Eagles.
Wow. Thank you, Argyle, for making Magnolia Realty Argyle's favorite choice for all things real estate. Thank you for your confidence and your trust in our team. We couldn't do it without you. From acreage, estates, custom-built homes, or existing homes, our team's decades of experience and innovative approach continue to produce unparalleled results. Find out what the rest of Argyle already knows when marketing their home. There is a difference. When Argyle thinks of real estate, they think of Magnolia Realty.
Whether it's the heat of the preseason or the heart of the postseason, teams always get a little boost from playing at home. Speaking of boost at home, State Farm can boost your savings when you combine your homeowner's insurance with your auto coverage. So score one for the home team. Talk to State Farm agent Matt Ports about big league savings for combining home and car coverage. Call State Farm agent Matt Ports today at 940-591-6644.
We continue here on the Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show at Eagle Stadium as we talk a little bit about how this thing happened here in the first half as Argyle leads Waco La Vega 21-7 here at halftime. Argyle got the football first and actually marched all the way down the field, and then the first interception of the season from C.J. Rogers took place as Argyle had a 3rd and 6 at the La Vega 13-yard line and was picked off. But then La Vega turned it right back over with a couple of bad snaps. They didn't even get to really run a play. Argyle falls on the football and has a 1st and goal at the 10. They were able to capitalize. It did take all 4 plays, and it was the 4th down play that Argyle scored first. CJ's going to roll to his left and throw. Touchdown. Wow. Going down low to get that one is Cash Walker. But a 2-yard touchdown pass. C.J. Rogers, Cash Walker. Eagles strike first, 6 on the board for Argyle. After a 3-and-out for Waco La Vega, Argyle gets the football back, but they couldn't do a whole lot again. As a matter of fact, the 2nd interception of the season took place from the hands of C.J. Rogers. And so he was picked off once again. But again, nice defense for Argyle. Gave the Eagles the football back, a short punt. And so the Argyle had great field position at the La Vega 25-yard line. It took us down to the end of the first quarter. But the Eagles, the first play of the second quarter, able to get on the board once again. Third down and goal for Argyle, just inside the 2. C.J. Rogers back in there, but it's Braden Baker diving over the top.
Touchdown.
And he's in for the touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run for Braden Baker. 6 more on the board for the Eagles. Each team traded punts there for a little bit, and then finally Argyle gets the football again at another great field position at the La Vega 42-yard line. A little more excitement on this touchdown as Rogers hits Cash Walker. Here goes the pass over the middle. Cash Walker is got it in stride of a 10-5 touchdown. Made it look a whole lot easier than it was for sure, but it looks really good. C.J. Rogers to Cash Walker, 42 yards, 6 more on the board for the Eagles. And the Eagles defense played phenomenal the entire half, and you hated to see it, but right at the end of the first half, Waco La Vega able to march down, and Jordan Rogers with a beautiful pass, but even better catch, 27-yard pass that was complete to Jabrian Boyer. Their extra point good as well, and that brought us to our halftime score of 21-7 here at Eagle Stadium. Look at some stats there from that first half. La Vega, 112 yards total offense in that first half, which is really low for them, so give credit to that Argyle defense. 66 of that on the ground, 46 through the air. That's all been Jordan. I take that back. Jordan Rogers is 3 for 6 for 46 yards. Had a 27-yard touchdown pass, and then Blaine Backel is 0 for 1. For Argyle, they had 127 yards on the ground, 60 through the air for the Eagles, 188 total yards offense, 187 total yards offense for Argyle. 3 for 8, couple of touchdowns for C.J. Rogers, but 2 interceptions. Braden Baker, 9 carries, 38 yards in that first half and a touchdown. Knox Scoggins had 8 carries for 36 yards. And really leading the way rushing, actually, was C.J. Rogers. 5 carries, 47 yards, averaging 9.4 yards a carry is C.J. in that first half. Receiving, Cash Walker, 2 catches, 43 yards, both touchdowns, and a 1-yard touchdown and a 42-yard touchdown. And Hayden Stewart, the only other catch, he's 1 catch for 17. The La Vega Pirates have held Cole Kirkpatrick at bay with no catches so far. Mitch, I know we're almost out of time here, so quickly.
Oh, wait a minute.
Rapid Med Urgent Care keys to the second half?
Who would have thought that they would have the same amount of completions as Argyle in the game, and Argyle be up by 2 scores? Not me, but you got to the key to the second half. You got to get Kirkpatrick. You got to get him involved in the game.
Well, La Vega gets the ball here to start the second half. This over-end kick is taken at the 10-yard line.
Bang.
And he is run down quickly at the 15-yard line. I believe that is your starting defensive tackle who makes so many plays. Chase Bunnell also making the special team play on Jeremiah Fisher. And first and 10 at their own 15. It is Jordan Rogers, the senior quarterback for La Vega, with Jarquay Walton, his running back. Manny Ruiz, Soldravion DeGreat, and Jabrian Boyer are the receivers. Don Troy Sterling is the tight end. Ivan Martinez, the center. Damian Brown, Robert Allen, the guards. Andrew Brown, Lorenzo Gonzalez, the tackles. That defense for your Argyle Eagles has 5 defensive backs. Hunter Roberts, Zach Stewart. Safeties, Caleb Murdoch, Jet Copeland. Corners, here is a handoff to Jarquay Walton. Cuts it back on the inside. Davis Elsey, Argyle middle linebacker, will make the stop after a pickup of about 5 to the 20-yard line. Those linebackers are, Davis Elsey on the right side. Grant Maribal is the middle linebacker. Logan May on the left side. And then up front, Darren Chapa, Chase Bunnell, and Ty Johnson, the 3 big boys that go up front for your Argyle Eagles. It'll be second down and 5. I failed to mention the other safety, Will Ramsey, for the Argyle Eagles. So second down and 5 for La Vega, moving from right to left here in this third quarter, and flags fly. Must have been some movement from the boys in white.
Yeah.
Once again, Ivan Martinez, the center man, moved the ball a little early. Let's get the
Ball
call.
start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Super important drive for both teams right here, right? Argyle's got to snuff out any momentum they had, and they need to try and keep it going. So watch this one closely. And that one's going to hurt right there for sure, that penalty.
So second down and 10, back at the 15. Rogers in the shotgun. Jarquay Walton right behind him, a pistol look. Rogers is going to go deep across the middle. The touchdown pass, and that ball is caught. Really nice catch. Great coverage. No, incomplete. Knocked away. Matter of fact, wait a minute. Did Argyle have it? Jet Copeland might have came away with that ball. We're waiting. There's no signal.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, the back judge has no idea. I could have swore that Jabrian Boyer had that football, and then Jet Copeland comes up with it, but they're going to say the ball got to the ground and was incomplete. Okay, so Clark is down there on the sideline. Clark, what did you say? You said you saw something. What happened?
It was an excellent diving effort, but as he hit the ground, the ball hit the ground and popped straight up into Jet Copeland's arm.
Okay.
Close.
No cigar.
No cigar.
That's why we have the great Chippewa lineman down there with his eagle eyes.
So I was afraid right there. It almost looked like Jet, in his attempt to bat the ball, had almost knocked it right into the receiver's hands right there. But it's a great throw, great defense. Everything worked really well for both teams right there, just better for us and them.
3rd down and 10. There's some pressure. Screen pass is overthrown. Credit Chase Bunnell and that pressure. He was trying to get a screen pass out to Jarquay Walton. Davis Elsey was doing a nice job of covering him, but again, credit Chase Bunnell getting that pressure to make Rogers hurry that football. And now Rogers, who's the quarterback and the strong safety, will now go back and punt.
Okay, so their last punt, we brought pressure, right, and came pretty close. You can bring it here. You're just going to play for the return.
Well, I'm telling you, I'd play for return just because Zach Stewart's, he's standing already at the La Vega 49. And
yeah.
I don't think Rogers is probably averaging about 30 yards a punt this game at most. Snap a little slow. Argyle comes for it, but not too much. And Zach Stewart will make a fair catch at the La Vega 43-yard line. So great field position. 27-yard punt, no return. And here is your Argyle starting offense. C.J. Rogers is your quarterback, the 192-pound senior. We'll see if Knox Scoggins or Braden Baker. They'll share time, but one of them will start here in the second half. We'll see who comes out there. Cole Kirkpatrick, Cash Walker, Hayden Stewart, your receivers for Argyle. Up front, the big boys. Jasper Lott is the tight end. He's 6'5", goes 245. Blake Spence is the center. Nick Rubian, Austin Criswell, the guards. Sheridan Wilson, and big 6'7", 285-pound Jack Tucker, Texas Tech commit.
Guns up
at left tackle. You can't get the grades up, get the guns up. 1st down and 10.
Okay.
And here's a handoff to Braden Baker. He's running right. Love me some Jack Tucker, and I'm happy for that guy that he's going to go. Why anybody want? I'm kind of with Mac Davis at Lubbock. It looks better in your rearview mirror. But hey,
okay, Red Raider Nation. Red Raider Nation super excited about Jack Tucker coming.
I would be too. 2nd down and 4. Braden Baker gets the call again. And thought he had a little hole here on the right side, but a nice job closing that down by Latravius Johnson. And only another pickup. It's only about a yard for Braden. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
So, Clark, are we 4-down territory right here?
If you're me, yeah, because I really want to extend that lead as much as possible.
Yeah.
And leave, worst case scenario, we leave them with bad field position.
3rd down and 3. Baker's got it. He's going to try to get outside. Nice move. 35 to the 30. Still running. Thought he got hammered at the 30-yard line. I could have just swore he was down. All of a sudden, I see that little tiny man with the red shirt popping out of there and gets another 4 or 5 yards. And Argyle 1st down at the La Vega 26-yard line.
And they had him in the backfield, right? And he changes direction so fast. Here's where I go to Kirkpatrick right here. I'm going to take a shot.
Argyle looks to the sideline. Check with me. Kirkpatrick is set up in the slot on the right side. Cash Walker, who normally is the slot receiver, is out on the outside. So Argyle changes some things up here offensively. And it's Baker again getting the handoff. Straight up the middle. Nice blocking from Sheridan Wilson. Jasper Lott. And Jasper kind of getting in a little scuffle afterwards. Nick Rubian, nice block there as well. And a pickup of 7 to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Jasper Lott. Great sign. Him and his man are down and is behind the line of scrimmage, so he did his job.
Argyle quickly. It's Baker again breaking tackles in the backfield with a little bit of help from one of his offensive linemen blocking for him there. That was Nick Rubian again. And a gain of about 2 this time, maybe 3, all the way up to the 17-yard line, make it 3rd and less than a yard. Five plays. 5 carries for Braden Baker on this drive. 3rd and less than a yard. Knox Scoggins has now checked in to give Braden A little bit of a break. He moves to the left side of CJ, and he gets the handoff to the right side. Cuts it inside of the 10. 5, diving for the end zone. Argyle touchdown. Just on the right side behind Sheridan Wilson and Nick Rubian. 17-yard touchdown run for Knox Scoggins. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Knox looked like he was going to take it out wide, just put his foot in the ground and cut back upfield and straight up the gut and all the way in the end zone. Didn't get touched until he got to the goal line. That was a great run, and perfect timing for Argyle and exactly what you want to do to keep that momentum going and reestablish it.
Perfect snap from Logan May. Sutton Lee's hold is down. Caden Dodson's extra point is good. 8:16 to play, third quarter. It's now Argyle 28, La Vega 7 on AEBC Broadcasting.
Feel like you never have any space to put things? Tired of your closet always looking cluttered, no matter how you try to organize it? Try Closets by Design. Have an expert out for a free consultation to have a look at your closet, garage, home office, pantry, anything. And they will build you a closet system that caters to your every need. Why go buy a basic cookie cutter piece of furniture when you can put in a system tailored specifically for your every need? Schedule your consultation today by calling 972-361-0010 or schedule it online at closetsbydesign.com. Imagine your home totally organized. Closets by Design.
Hey, Eagle fans, need a place to store all your championship trophies and medals? Yellow Door Storage, located at I-35W and Crawford Road next to the new emergency hospital, is a brand new Class A facility with climate-controlled and drive-up units, fully enclosed boat and RV storage, and a state-of-the-art security system. Whether you're moving into a new home, reorganizing your garage, or expanding your business, Yellow Door Storage is the solution for you. When you need to store, think Yellow Door.
Getting lots of angry Tech fans texting me. So I apologize.
You're going to need an escort out of the stadium, and I'm not going to provide it.
Sorry, I love my Texas Tech Red Raider family, the friends and family. At least they're not Aggies. Here's the kickoff. Kickoff to the 5. And out to about the 15 is all for the Edric Brawley returning that kickoff. And I'm betting Mitchie Poo, one of my Texas Tech awesome friends, has a drive summary.
Former awesome friend.
Yeah.
So that designed drive is brought to us by Ty and Jennifer Homeyer of the Design House. 6 plays, and it was all runs. 5 to Baker, 1 to Scoggins. 43 yards, 2:29 off the clock, and capped off by a 17-yard run by Knox Scoggins. Like I said, reestablish who's controlling the game. That's what Argyle did right there.
Rogers hand off to Jarquay Walton, who also turns the corner very quickly, but nowhere to go. Michael Madry, another sophomore, at defensive tackle, makes the stop after maybe a gain of a yard for Walton. And it'll be 2nd down and 9. They'll give him 2, 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, and you know that La Vega down 3 scores, and look at them. I mean, Argyle goes fast, and they're up 3 scores. They just calling their plays. But now their coach, I think we talked about this maybe, their coach in the newspaper said this game really is meaningless.
2nd down and 8. Here's a quick pass out to Soldravion the Great, and he's running backwards. That's not very smart, because he was probably had about 5 or 6 yards, and he ends up back behind the original line of scrimmage. He might lose a yard.
Yeah.
As a whole host of Argyle Eagles, including Will Ramsey, make the stop. But, hey, Mitch, you want to talk about the future of Argyle football. Right now, as well as this defense is playing, you got Chase Bonnell, a senior at nose guard, but the 2 guys on either side of him are both sophomores, Riley Van Poppel and Michael Madry. And then your middle linebacker right behind them, Grant Mariball, also a sophomore.
Man, and you know what? Coach Rogers got to be loving that, right?
Yeah.
Because if you can get those, you just want to get the young guys in the game. But if you get the young guys starting in the game, in those positions right there, be strong up the middle, and that's what they are.
3rd down and 8. Rogers looking to throw here, and he's going to go deep, and it's going to be way overthrown. Great coverage, nevertheless, over there by Hunter Roberts. But the pass intended for Jabrian Bouye was well overthrown, and La Vega will have to punt the football once again.
Yeah, and just not going well for them. You know, how many times have we said keys to the game eliminate the big plays, right? And we didn't even cover that. But my gosh, they've done a great job. Argyle's done a great job of that. Knock on wood.
That's not wood, by the way. This is there's that Texas Tech stuff for you. There's the education. This is not wood right here. This snap is way high over Jordan Rogers. He goes up and does a nice job of getting the rebound of that high snap, but the punt will only get to the 43-yard line. 25-yard punt for Jordan Rogers, no return, and great field position for Argyle at the 43-yard line. As you hear in the background, we're going to get up and jump around while we pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is where you listen to Argyle Eagle football.
Hi, this is Dave Barnett, and you're listening to the Argyle Eagles on the Argyle Broadcasting Network.
The great Dave Barnett, just short and sweet.
So that was the best catch of the game right there, wasn't it? On that punt?
Yeah.
I mean, he one-handed that, or else it's going in the end zone. Yeah.
Argyle, and they did snap it. Yep. And free play, handoff, Braden Baker when he's hammered, but he bounces off of Jordan Rogers, who's one of the best defensive players in the state. And an 7-yard gain for Braden Baker, 8-yard gain. And there was one of the players for La Vega was trying to get off the field and didn't get off in time, so we're probably going to have 12 men on the field here for La Vega.
Man, it looked like he was one step from getting
There is no
off.
flag.
Yeah. I was going to say that was really close.
That's a rule that kind of changed a few years back. I think they used to just kind of give you the benefit of the doubt, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, they just started calling that, even if you were 2-3 yards. To me, if it has no effect on the play, I'm fine waving a flag off. Braden Baker, again, getting the carry, and he'll have a first down for a whole host of white jerseys bring him down, but only a gain of about 7 that time for Braden. First one in on the stop was with Travius Johnson for La Vega, and there it is, Mitch. You got the hands on the hips. You see Javion Cooper for La Vega.
There's more, Kenny. There's more hate for you now.
Well, I love Dylan Carter though, so that's okay. I mean, you can root for certain people, right? Without rooting for right? Yeah.
DC for sure. Yeah.
First down and 10. Yeah. Braden Baker, his 17th carry there, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but Marcus Cobb would not let go and brings him down. I heard Hunter Roberts say that on the podcast when Blake was talking to him, that his dad's from Houston, so he's a Houston Rockets fan.
Yep.
But as long as the Mavs aren't playing the Rockets, he roots for the Mavs. So, it can be.
I've always struggled with that, being a Big 12 guy, right? And you see one of these teams that's a different color than what I usually root for.
Right.
It's still hard for me to do it. Mm-hmm. But I should, but I can't. Just can't do it.
Second down and 10. Knox Scoggins has it this time. He's got a nice move. He's out to the 20, cuts it inside there at the 15, and a touchdown saving tackle by Marcus Willis, but a 14-yard gain for Knox Scoggins all the way down to the 13-yard line. And one of the chain guys over there thinks it's first and goal. There's the 13, not the 3, so pick that chain back up and stretch it out. Argyle snaps the ball quickly, fake to Knox, and there's wide open Grant Chaney for the Argyle touchdown. From his tight end spot, big number 49, his first touchdown catch of the season. 14-yard touchdown. C.J. Rogers to Grant Chaney. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
And I think everybody's been wanting Argyle to get that tight end more involved in the game. And, man, what a great call right there, because he was super involved, and there was nobody even around him.
Got to lean out the window here and give a fist bump to Dad.
Yeah. You had to stand in line to do it, though, didn't you?
That's right, yeah. Extra point from Caden Dodson is good. 4:44 to play in the third quarter. It's now all Eagles. 35-7 Argyle over La Vega. We're back in just a moment.
The team at Noble Classic Homes, your local master home builder and remodeler, has been Argyle's premier home builder since 1998. We can assist you in building your dream home, remodeling, or even storm restoration. Noble Classic Homes has been selected by D Homes as best of the best home builders from 2011 through 2017 and best of Denton County every year since 2015. Visit our new office located at 9998 Hilltop Road in Argyle and check out our award-winning website at nobleclassichomes.com. Let us build the dream your family will call home. Go Eagles!
Over 65 years and still growing, at Bill Utter Ford, we'll help you find the perfect car, truck, or SUV with our always utterly affordable prices. Bill Utter Ford is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles, and together we are flying high over North Texas. Bill Utter Ford, a Denton County tradition for over 65 years. Visit us today or see us online at BillUtterFord.com.
You're gonna like the way we treat you, Bill Utter Ford.
Tonight's third quarter made possible by the generous support of Joe and Tina Bartram at CNN Mortgage, Dave and Kathy Salisbury at the real estate station, Cheney Materials, Bill Cheney and the gang over there, whose son just put 6 more on the board for the Eagles. Brent Bowen, attorney at law, Alex Payne at Yellow Door Storage. Thanks to Independent Bank, Connie Johnson and A-Town Apparel. Ian Sadler, the great Ian Sadler at BSBD Group. Here's that kickoff. And it's going to be taken by Jesse Major Sterling. And he'll get wrapped up. He'll get out to about the 25-yard line this time. Actually, carries a few tacklers a little further out to the 28-yard line where La Vega will have it. Also thanks to Texas Center for Oral Surgery and Tara Tarrant from the Southland Realty Group. And now, Mitchie Poo with the drive summary.
Yeah, and then I want to go down to Clark. I got a question for him. So this drive summary brought to us by Alex Payne of Yellow Door Storage. 5 plays, 43 yards, a minute 37 off the clock, capped off by that 14-yard pass from Rogers to Grant Cheney, getting the tight end involved in the game. Now, Clark, question after this play.
Here's a handoff to Jarquay Walton, trying to find a hole, and a whole host of red jerseys are back there, and he does a nice job of turning it all the way to the other side of the field and getting back almost to the original line of scrimmage, where he is run out of bounds by Zach Stewart over there. And I don't even see an official. Is he over there anywhere? He get run out of bounds too? And so I was trying to figure out where they're going to spot the football. He lost about a yard there, 2nd and 11. Okay, question for Clark.
Okay, Clark, so Argyle obviously not trying real hard to get Kirkpatrick into the game. They kind of keeping their cards close to the vest for a rematch down the road? What are we doing?
Well, after he burned them a bunch twice last year, during both games last year, they learned their lesson a little bit. They've got him bracketed anywhere he goes.
Yep, which is smart.
So kind of the wildcat here, and Jordan Rogers will keep it. Wow, breaks 2 tackles as he gets out to the 45.
Oh, that should be a
very
flag.
Unnecessary roughness. And, man, there's lots of stuff going on that you could have thrown flags really on both teams there at some point in time, but 21-yard gain for Jordan Rogers, but Caleb Murdoch, who was just kind of trailing the play, one of those big, huge offensive linemen, Andrew Brown, who goes 306 compared to Murdoch's 180, just gave him a really nice shove when Murdoch was not even involved in the play.
Well, you're not supposed to block behind the play, which is what he did right there.
So first down and 10. Yeah, it looked like it was in the back and behind the play. First down and 10 for La Vega at their own 48-yard line. Pistol look, and it's going to be Mikhail back in there at quarterback, and handoff to Jarquay Walton. He's going to get run out of bounds. He'll get into Argyle territory to the 47-yard line. There is a flag down back in the backfield, and we're going to get a holding call, I believe. We'll hear from the referee here.
Holding, offense, number 57, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Junior Jeremy Strickland, the guilty party there for the Pirates, and that'll back them up 10. It'll be 1st and 20 for La Vega.
Make-up call for not calling the block in the back?
It's possible. Possible.
Is hold all the way?
Man, here I'm getting more and more right here. You know, Karen Mashinsky says, what about Parker Mashinsky, another great Red Raider?
Parker, yes.
And there's another one I really rooted for when he's a Red Raider too. So
okay, I'm gonna give everybody Kenny's address right as the game's over. Y'all be sure to go by and wish him the best.
It might be tougher for me to root for him though when he's an Astro. But
yeah.
First down and 20.
We can root for him though, just not the Astros.
Yes, just not the Astros themselves. Jarquay Walton gets the handoff. He has nowhere to go. He just takes a seat back at the 33-yard line. Let's see, the closest one there, we're going to credit with a tackle. We'll just give that one to Carson Shaw.
Was there a whistle? Why did he quit?
I think because he was out there and there were 3 red jerseys and nobody else, and he said, I'm either going to get hit or
I can just take a seat.
I mean, at least dive forward, right, and get a yard or 2. So 2nd down and Crum.
Okay, so 68, Andrew Brown is he's really playing kind of dirty now. He had somebody on the ground, and he just kind of laid on him and tried to give him the business a little bit while he's on the ground.
It's Walton again. He's stutter stepping out there, nowhere to go. Jacob Robinson will throw him out of bounds. Be careful, Jacob. I think things are getting a little chippy out there, and so Jacob Robinson almost I was sitting there. It looked like he was going to continue to throw him down there well out of bounds, and that's going to give him a first down. And Darren Chapa a little slow to get up for Argyle here. And he will hop up now, and he's angry and frustrated. He's pounding the ground as he
looks like a cramp.
That's all. Yeah, it could be that. He's like, I'm fine. I'll be back.
He doesn't have a whole lot from the knees down, does he?
Well, I think he's so bundled up down there. I don't know. Clark, you're down there, Brian. What's all that wrapping stuff he's got around his knees? And he goes down the middle of his shins. And
that's padding.
They get tired of getting cut on that line.
I mean, he's 5'10". That makes him look like he's about 5'2". And here's a pass is complete. Pretty nice gain. Caleb Murdoch makes the stop. And that's Nickel in at quarterback, Blaine Nickel. Nice gain there, but it's still going to be 4th down and 12 as they had 3rd and a long way to go. And so the La Vega punt team will come out here on 4th down. 2:21 to play in the 3rd quarter. Argyle leading La Vega 35-7 with Clark McNulty and Mitch Cullen. I'm Kenny Arthur, and Blake Jones producing with us. The great one, Blake Jones.
The great one.
Jordan, it didn't look like Jordan this time back in punt formation. Yeah, it is Jordan. He gets it away, and it's an end over end. Takes a decent
and he stops it.
Bounce to the 36-yard line of Argyle. So 18-yard punt for Jordan Rogers and no return with 1:57 to play here in our 3rd quarter.
Yeah, the ball was rolling towards the Argyle end zone. Is that not right? And he stopped it. And I mean, it was rolling hard.
Peyton Shoemake will check in at running back this time. So Braden Baker and Knox Scoggins, I won't say their night's over, but if Argyle can, they'll probably go with Peyton Shoemake most of the rest of the way. 1st down and 10 from their own 36-yard line. It is Shoemake getting the call. And this is one of the first times I think Shoemake probably, Clark, you can attest to this, Shoemake's probably smiling, as I think this may be the first time he's been in with the first-team offensive line this year.
I was just going to point that out, that they left the first-team offensive line in there for him. He did make it to the 2nd level, but he was met pretty abruptly.
2nd down and 7 after that pickup of 3. Grant Chaney back in there at tight end. It's going to be Shoemake again. Oh, and yeah, he's met really abruptly this time. Oh, my. That was big Deontay Robinson making the stop, and a loss of 3 back to the original line of scrimmage and leave 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, not much fun getting thrown in the game, having that stuff happen.
C.J. Rogers still in at quarterback. We've got some new receivers out there, though. That's Gannon Pels in the slot on the near side. Wayne Pritz is the receiver on this near side. He's a 190-pound sophomore, but goes 6'7". Grant Chaney goes in motion, and it's going to be a fake to Shoemake this time. Rogers wanting to throw. He's looking. He's still looking. Now he's going to take off running. See if he can turn the corner. He's at the 40, and he's going to duck out of bounds at the 41-yard line. That's a smart career move for CJ there, being up 35-7. Ends up being a gain of 5, and it will leave 4th down and 5 for the Eagles, and on will come the punt team.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he'd look for the tight end there again. You know, they're kind of the forgotten man in those defenses when they see all these guys out wide, and that tight end can just kind of slip in under there, but play wasn't called for that.
So 4th down here for the Eagles. Ball at their own 41-yard line. 2nd punt of the game for Caden Dodson. The snap is back to him, and he'll go left-footed this time. Yes,
wow.
He is ambidextrous.
Check.
And that ball will not check up. It rolls off the back of the green and into the end zone. And a 59-yard punt, but unfortunately the net will only be 39 as they'll bring that out to the 20-yard line, and that's where La Vega will have it 1st and 10. You ever tried to punt with the other foot?
Yeah, and it's not pretty at all. In fact, it feels super awkward.
You can hardly throw with your other hand, but when you try to actually punt with your other foot, that's
yeah, contact is rare sometimes when you try to do that.
Thanks. I want to make sure and say a big thanks to Rapid Med Urgent Care for carrying the live stream tonight. So you guys that are watching, make sure and tell Dr. Gomez and the gang at Rapid Med Urgent Care you appreciate them sponsoring that live stream so you can watch this game as well as listen to it. 1st down and 10. And somehow Jarquay Walton gets through. No, that's not Walton. That's Jeremiah Fisher. And he will have a big gain in the first down all the way out to the 43-yard line, a 23-yard gain that time for Jeremiah Fisher, 160-pound senior running back.
5'6". Had a little speed to burn right there, didn't he?
Chase Bunnell will check out. First down and 10 from their own 43, and it's going to be run to the left side this time and nowhere to go. Michael Modry in on the stop, as well as Hunter Roberts. And no gain on that play. That time it was, I believe, Deedrick Brawley that was carrying the football. Second down, they'll give him a yard. Second down and 9 for the Pirates.
Yeah, I think they're content to
run out this quarter for sure.
Load the bus and go.
That's the third quarter here at Eagle Stadium. Our score through 3, Argyle 35, Waco La Vega 7. 12 minutes left in this one. We'll bring it to you next on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
407 Barbecue is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles. Named the very best barbecue in all of DFW several times over, 407 Barbecue offers an array of award-winning smoked meats, including mouth-watering brisket and rib. If you're brave enough, try to tackle on your own Spudzilla. No plate is complete without one of their world-famous sides either. And don't get out the door until you round out your trip with a bowl of Grandma's banana pudding. 407 Barbecue is family-owned and operated by your neighbors right here in Argyle. See their menu and catering options online at 407bbq.com or see for yourself at I-35W exit 407. 407 Barbecue.
The Real Estate Station, Argyle's first and only privately owned real estate office since 1986, wants to say thank you. We know you have a choice when it comes to trusting a professional to meet all of your real estate needs. We at the Real Estate Station love Argyle, and we are your neighbors. All of our team lives here. We're also members of the Eagle family. We value investing in our community and helping make Argyle great. Speaking of great, we're proud to cheer on our Argyle Eagles, and with everyone's support, they can accomplish anything. We'd love to meet you. Dave and Kathy Salisbury and the Real Estate Station team.
Jeremiah Fisher gets a carry on the right side, and he's got to be dizzy after that one.
Yeah.
First player in there was Gonzo 3.0, Ethan Gonzalez, that slung him around by his shirt, but he's able to get away, and then he's slung around again by Hunter Roberts and brought down for a loss of a couple of yards. It'll be third down and 12.
Yeah, they're just sweeping it left, sweeping it right. They're not putting, there's no trickeration in that.
And I hope he's still watching. Up here we're not looking at the YouTube feed here in the booth, but just got a text from John Lavelle, president of the Booster Club, and Kevin Haygood, one of my classmates at Denison, is watching us on YouTube. So shout out to Kevin for hanging out, listening to us, and watching us tonight.
Delay game, offense. 5-yard penalty.
And 5-yard penalty. There'll be third and 17. So, hey, Clark, I heard you down there talking. You said shout out to who you shouting out to?
My mom and dad are actually listening. They're camping in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan with my cousin Dennis and Debbie and enjoying the game.
They have Wi-Fi up there?
Hot spots, man.
There's not many hot spots in Michigan. Third down here, and only a run of about 3 yards on the left. You get that, right? Because it's cold in the Upper Peninsula. Yeah. Jeremiah Fisher comes up with a little bit of a limp after a pickup of 3, and it'll be fourth down, and the Pirates will have to punt the football.
We've got a super strong signal if it'll stretch all the way up there, right?
Right.
Got that booster signal.
Zach Stewart will stand back at his own 20 this time, expecting Jordan Rogers to somehow grow a stronger leg, I guess, because he hasn't really gotten one that far yet, and this one won't be there either. And Zach will get out of the way smartly, and he does get it to check up a little bit, but then it releases and goes inside the 20 all the way down to the 19-yard line. So a 41-yard punt by Jordan Rogers. No return. Argyle will have it at their own 20-yard line is where they will mark it. And quickly, let's tell you, we waited till the end of the game. So we want to make sure we get it in this time. Last week we waited till the end of the game. Fourth quarter tonight, made possible by the generous support of Ty and Jennifer Holmeyer at the Design House. Jeff Bassinger with Argyle Storage. Lupe, Carlos Gonzalez and the gang up at Cycle Center of Denton. Matt Artho at Country Lakes Family Dental. Jerry Whittle Boats. Some guy named Kenny Arthur at Chick-fil-A on Justin Road there in Flower Mound. Dr. Rex Road at Argyle Family Chiropractic. Trophy Club Orthodontics, and the sponsor for our postgame show, Jolette Ryan Shavy and the Remax North Texas team. Thanks to all those awesome sponsors for helping out the Argyle Eagle Booster Club, helping get us on the air. As a gain of about a yard this time for Peyton Shoemake. 2 yards. It'll be second down and 8. 9:53. Clock running to play in this ball game. Argyle leading this big matchup between number 1 and number 2 in Class 4A, but Argyle leading 35-7. And it's going to be Shoemake again. Gets a little speed. This time on the left side. He's crossed the 25. Very close to a first down. The 29-yard line, a 7-yard gain. It'll leave third down and a yard.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was a heads-up play there or he was just trying to avoid a tackle, but keeping the ball away from the sidelines, right? You want to keep that clock going.
Yeah. Argyle 5 of 9 on third down. We'll see what they do. Probably just pound it straight ahead here with Shoemake, and that's exactly what they do. And he will have a first down across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Whole host of La Vega Pirates in there. Jamarian Johnson, the senior. First one in on the stop, and it'll be first down at the 22-yard line for Argyle.
So this is the fewest amount of points Argyle has scored this year, a tie with the Celina game, right? And for La Vega, this is more points than they've given up in the whole year combined.
And you know, and Argyle didn't have to do it. You would think La Vega stopped the run against the first 3 teams they've played. You thought Argyle might have to throw the ball a lot for it to happen, and they really haven't had to. And oh, they're calling him down. Peyton Shoemake was hitting the backfield, and Rayshawn Roberts is frustrated and is going to chunk the ball down in the end zone because he thought he had stripped the football and gone for a touchdown, but the whistle had blown. And he's yelling at the official, not giving him the football.
No, they're mad because they blocked C.J. Rogers after he kind of given up on the chase, and Rogers and them started jawing at each other. That's what they're really angry about.
Oh.
Isn't that right, Clark?
Protecting their quarterbacks, what they're doing.
Although I think Rayshawn Roberts is mad that he
walked
into the end zone for a touchdown.
Did he have a touchdown, Clark?
Yes.
I think so, too.
That was very close.
Second down and 12, they call it, at the 30-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left this time. Shoemake to the right side of C.J. Rogers, and it's going to be Shoemake again. Nope, they fake it this time, and Rogers gets rid of it, and he's hammered, but the pass is complete, and Gannon Pales is hit hard by Jordan Rogers, but he stays on his feet and will be brought down in La Vega territory at the 47-yard line, a 23-yard pitch and catch, and C.J. Rogers, who was hammered on that throw by Marcus Cobb, is down back at the 18-yard line, and we'll check and see how he is.
Yeah, and Pales, great catch, and I saw it coming, right? You can see the collision, and he catches it and gets hit, and luckily, I guess he got hit hard enough, he just kind of bounced off of it and kept going. It was a great play.
So with 7:39 to play here in the ball game, Argyle leading 35-7 for the second time tonight. C.J. Rogers is down on his back. We thought might be a little worse injury earlier tonight, but he came back in. He only missed 1 play earlier in the game, and he'll get it this time. Clark, who's down there, thinks this might just be the wind knocked out of him, but C.J. once again gets off. And
Clark, was it dirty?
It's nothing I haven't done. He got hit as he released and kind of got driven into the ground. The guy's shoulder pad was right in his gut, and I'll tell you it's hard to avoid a little bit of panic when you can't breathe in.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things that, most defensive linemen are going to drive a quarterback into the ground a little bit. So Ethan DePiro will check in at quarterback, and it's always a little bit awkward to see this because he wears number 30. But he's actually got a heck of an arm if he ever needs to throw the football. But he's going to hand off here to Peyton Shoemake straight up the middle, who's bouncing off a couple of tackles. And then Jordan Rogers comes up and makes the stop after a pickup of about 4 to the La Vega 43-yard line. It'll be second down and 6. Clock running, 7:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. And you just start a little bit thinking maybe about players of the game. Start kind of getting that in your head. Huh?
I think I got it.
7th carry for Peyton Shoemake. 14 yards for him.
So next week is open, right?
Yeah, next week is open. You can go back to Colorado if you want.
I wish.
We're actually headed to Tennessee to visit Gracie next weekend.
All right.
My daughter, and at Austin P.
Will be fun.
So we'll see what happens here. It looks like Argyle wants a timeout. We'll get a break in as well. 6:43 to play here in the ball game. It's now Argyle 35 and La Vega 7. We're back in just a moment for Argyle Eagle football.
Cycle Center of Denton and BMW Motorcycles of Denton proudly support Argyle Athletics. Cycle Center is your local family-owned and operated power sports store with the best selection of motorcycles, all-terrain vehicles, and side-by-side fun and work machines. Shop the largest parts and accessories showroom in North Texas and experience a factory-trained service department that will support you with the great service to keep your machine running at its best. Cycle Center wants to thank all the Argyle football fans, coaches, and faculty that make Argyle the best school in Texas. Come see why Cycle Center of Denton is called your power sports store with more.
Updating your home is too important to do alone. The Design House of Denton has designers and experts on staff who want to help. Whether it's simply new flooring or having an entire wing of your home remodeled, the Design House has a full spectrum of services for any size idea you have. They care about you and your home both during and after your project. My wife and I know this from personal experience. Now it's time to see for yourself. Go see the friendly staff at their gorgeous showroom located just outside Golden Triangle Mall at 2303 Colorado Boulevard. The Design House of Denton, locally owned and proud members of Argyle Eagle Nation. Second down and 6 as we get back here for the fourth quarter. 6:43 to play in this ball game, and Jack Tucker has been replaced at left tackle by Wes Tucker. Peyton Shoemake here on second down and 6. We'll get maybe a couple of yards to the 41-yard line. And speaking of just simple changes, but the last name staying the same, the great color commentator Mitch Cullen has stepped out of his seat, and it's Spencer Cullen who has climbed into the seat. Hey, Spencer. Speaking of Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Yeah, about to say, I wasn't a big fan of your comment earlier, but
it's all in fun. It's all in fun, right?
The second team is in the booth as well here,
So third down and about 5 here for Argyle. We've got Lucas Anderson checked in at tight end for Argyle. Again, Ethan DePiro at quarterback. Wayne Pritz is the receiver on this side. In the slot over there for the Eagles is Ty Hudgens. And here is a flag.
Timeout, Argyle, their second of the half.
It was going to be a delay, but Argyle called a timeout. And I'm sorry, I said Ty Hudgens. That's not Ty Hudgens. It's Ashton Strittmatter that was out there in the slot. And then, of course, Ward McCullum is the other receiver out there. And we'll keep it right here. And we'll talk a little bit to Spencer. Good to have you here in the booth with us. And you've done this with us a time or two before. And it's just like getting on a bicycle, isn't it?
something like that, you could say. I got a little training in calling the basketball playoff game out in Lubbock.
Yeah.
And nice to be back in the booth.
So you're in the booth. You're now on the mic, but you've been standing here watching it. What impressions, being a former Argyle Eagle and playing out here and wearing number 12 very well for this red and black? What are your impressions of this 2020 Argyle team so far?
To say this is number 1, number 2 matchup tonight, had I not known that, I would not have seen it out here. Argyle has been dominating this football game and looks in postseason form right now, early in the season.
Third down and about 4.5 here for Argyle. It's going to be a fake to Shoemake. DePiro's going to throw just off the outstretched arms. Lucas Anderson in there at tight end was trying to get his first catch of the season. And just a little too tall there from Ethan DePiro, and it will be 4th down. And Caden Dotson will come out and get back in punt formation. And, we're talking a little bit about player of the game. And, Clark, I was going to talk to you about this at break, but I'll just go live with it. We always go with these skill guys. As good as the La Vega defensive line has been this season and stopping the run, I mean, we could pretty much pick anybody on the offensive line, but we talk so much about, Blake Spence and what he does out there. He gets my vote.
Absolutely.
As maybe our offensive player of the game. And, I think La Vega touched the football, and then Argyle gets on it. We'll see what the call is. And, it's Argyle football at the 18-yard line. That punt was just rolling around down there. And we talked about that earlier, about how one of the La Vega players who was back to receive it was a little too close. And this time it is Marcus Cobb, and he ends up kicking the football. Now a flag flies.
Might be an ejection.
So Argyle will have it at the La Vega 18-yard line, and we will check the flag here. We'll hear from the referee, and then.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike. Number 20, La Vega. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, that'll move them all the way to the 9. And Spencer, La Vega's not used to getting beat like this. It's been quite a while since they've had this kind of thumping, and it's been pretty chippy, I would say, since early third quarter, really.
I think that would have something to do with, just not being used to getting beat and getting beat in this kind of fashion. It can get to you, and I think that's what we've seen tonight with them.
Austin Rusk is in at center for Argyle. Matt Williams at left guard. We mentioned Wes Tucker at right guard. At left tackle. Nash Kruger is in at right guard. Nice move there for Argyle. In at running back and getting inside the 5 to about the 4 is Dax Haraney. He's played a lot of defense. This is the first time we've seen him on offense. He's played a lot of running back, even some quarterback, JV and freshman year. But he's out there at running back right now. Nice moves there all the way to the 4-yard line. Second down and goal from the 4. DePiro still in at quarterback on the right side. I mentioned Nash Kruger and Dominic Reed over there at right tackle. And it's going to be Haraney again. Nowhere to go this time, though. He's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Ethan Gonzalez is back in at tight end for Argyle. So it'll be third down and goal from the 4. The receiver on the left side, Baylor Bowen. Isn't that a great first name, right? Baylor Bowen. Wow. And so Argyle taking time here to run some clock.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, QB number 30. La Vega had QB number 20.
Yeah.
It's been an unorthodox night for QB numbers.
And it's Dax Haraney again, and he's going to pitch it out. Oh, it was a nice thought, but DePiro wasn't ready for it. Haraney was hit at the line of scrimmage, and he got turned around backwards, and he decided to pitch it back to his quarterback, who was just standing there. And it was actually a good idea. DePiro might have had some running room, might have scored there, but he wasn't ready for it. It bounces off his chest, but he gets back on it. It'll be fourth down and goal from the 7. So it is fourth down, and DePiro comes all the way to the sideline to talk to one of the coaches. Not on the sideline, but all the way to the numbers. He was right there on the 0 of the 20. Play clock is down to 5. We'll see what Argyle does here. Down to 1, and the ball is snapped, and it's going to be a fake to Haraney this time, and DePiro's going to keep it himself, but nowhere to go there as Latravius Johnson sniffed out that fake. And the ball will go over on downs at the 11-yard line. That's a loss of 4, and La Vega will have the football at their own 11. 3:36 to play in this ball game with Argyle leading 35-7. And we're talking again players of the game, and I think we're going to agree on because I don't know that we may have talked to him one time last year as a player of the game, but man, with Blake Spence, you just even if he's not always, it's hard at center, by the way, to get off the ball and dominate and have a bunch of pancake blocks. It's more of a finesse offensive line position, if you will. You're diving a lot of knees and whatnot. But we've talked, and how important is it to have all those perfect snaps? And then defensively, I know we've had Logan May once this season. We could have picked him maybe again tonight. But Davis Elsey, it seems like, has played great tonight. Jet Copeland had an awesome game. Copeland had an interception. And he came in and played some quarterback, too. So I believe we've got a timeout on the field. And we do. So let's take a quick timeout. 3:36 to play in the ball game. 35-7. Argyle leading La Vega on Argyle Eagle Booster Club broadcasting.
Hey Argyle folks, want 100% employee pricing on a new set of wheels? Then get to Waxahachie Autoplex today. Owners Wes and Lisa Spence are proud parents of number 78 Blake Spence. So whether you need a new Ford, Dodge, Jeep, or Nissan, you'll find the best selection of new and pre-owned cars and trucks. Wes doesn't play games with the sales staff. In fact, he'll deliver the car and sign the paperwork on your kitchen table. Tell him you heard about it from us. Great selection, service, and price. That's what Waxahachie Autoplex is all about.
Smooth listening. Argyle Eagle. And here is the handoff, and Ethan Gonzalez will make the stop as across the 15 out to the 17 goes Deedrick Brawley, junior running back for the La Vega Pirates, and that's a pickup of about 6 that time for Brawley. And it'll be 2nd down and 4. Jarvis Owen in on the stop for Argyle. Got some new faces out there. We'll see if we get some names just in case. Aunt and uncle and grandma or whoever might be possibly listening. Charlie Krzyzak at left corner over here on our near side. And here's the handoff. This time it is Walton, I believe, and the aforementioned Krzyzak. One of those in to make the stop, as well as Drew Adams. Aiden Pruner is out there in the game as well. Reese McHugh is at nose guard right now. Let's check on, let's see the linebackers there. Is that Newman? Newman it is. Landon Newman at the middle linebacker. And Tate Thompson in there, one of the linebackers as well. Here's a handoff, this time to the right side, and that is Manny Ruiz, and he is running free into the secondary and going to be dragged down from behind that time by Jarvis Owen. That's a 22-yard gain before Owen can make that stop. Jarvis Owen is in at the safety spot. Another one of the safeties out there right now is Cade Doggett and Reed Palmer at the right corner.
Let's see how hard they try to push this, get in the end zone on this drive. I'd have to imagine they're going to want this score to look a little prettier on the paper tomorrow morning.
Blaine Backel is the quarterback, and his pass is complete out on the right side. Going to be a gain of about 8 that time on the completion to Jabrian Bouye. It'll be 2nd down and 2. And I think the quarterback there, Backel, he's going with the Trevor Lawrence look. He's got number 13. He's got the hair hanging out the back of the helmet.
I can't remember if it was him or number 20 that was slinging it a little bit earlier in the game like Lawrence, but haven't seen much of that as of late.
No, we haven't. 2nd down and 2. Snap back to Backel. He's going to fake it. He's going to go deep, and it's going to be way too deep. Matter of fact, the only person that even had a shot for that was Reed Palmer, the Argyle defender. Pass was intended for Sol Jaravion the Great, and it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Clock stopped, 1:20 to play in the ball game with Argyle leading 35-7 with Clark McNulty. I'm Kenny Arthur. Spencer Cullen in the seat riding shotgun, and of course, as always, the one that makes us sound as good as we can sound. I know it's not perfect, but
want to give a
Spencer Cullen sitting next to me.
Quick little shout out to the Kubacheks from Rolling Acres, Brandon and Lane, our next door neighbors.
Yeah,
Thanks for listening.
I think they're camping or something, aren't they?
Well,
that's what I heard from, I think Brandon said they might be camping. Here's the handoff, and Brawley will have a 1st down to the 42-yard line. And one of my neighbors, Rosalie Wolf, watching in Fort Worth. So I had to get Rosalie a shout out there. But yeah, let's see. Lane and Brandon listen. No, I didn't say anything. He said about them camping. So they're just camping out in the front yard across the street from your place, from your parents' place there. 1st down and 10 at the 42. And it's going to be Manny Ruiz again for La Vega running right. And he will be brought down at the 38-yard line. Ethan Gonzalez and Aiden Pruner combined to make the stop that time for the Eagles. It'll be a 2nd down and 7, but I don't think anybody will run another play. I think this ball game is over as La Vega walks slowly to their sideline. Argyle will walk to their sideline, and that clock will run down. And
there we go.
A matchup tonight that was just highlighted by all sorts of media as the definitely game of the week, especially with 5A and 6A schools still not playing. And this was by far the #1 game of the week in the state of Texas. And the Argyle Eagles absolutely dominate tonight and come out victorious over the La Vega Pirates. Our final score here at Eagle Stadium, Argyle 35, La Vega 7. We're going to take us a quick timeout, and when we come back, we will have our postgame show. We'll catch up with the Waxahachie Autoplex players of the game on the CNN Mortgage postgame show. That's all coming up here in just a moment. 35-7, Argyle beats La Vega tonight. We're back with the postgame show in just a moment on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
Hey, Eagle fans, are you tired of all the clutter? Do you have a spare room overflowing with decorations? How about a 2 or 3 car garage that you can't even park in? Well, Argyle Storage is the answer. They offer drive-up and climate-controlled self-storage, along with several storage options for the boat and RV customer as well. They're located on 377, close to home on the north side of Argyle. Check them out online at argylestorageco.com. That's argylestorageco.com.
Buying or selling a home is likely your greatest investment. Lori Jacobson, broker of DFW Legacy Real Estate Group, believes in making the process easy and simple for your family. Whether you're moving into your forever home in Argyle or a first-time buyer, Lori is dedicated to making sure all of her clients walk away from the transaction satisfied. If you want the best, call Lori Jacobson, D Magazine's best real estate agent in 2019 and 2020. Lori wants to encourage all the Argyle Eagles to leave a legacy on and off the field. Go Eagles.
Ginormous.
Welcome back to Eagle Stadium. It's the CNN Mortgage postgame show as the great Paige Arthur and Brooklyn Bachtel stand in front of us and stare at us. We have an audience to.
Yeah.
So, by the way, this is the offensive coordinator's daughter, if you're wondering. You know, if you have any problems with play calling, this is the one you'd want to let know right here. 35-7, our final score tonight. Argyle over Waco La Vega, and we'll get ready to head down to Clark down on the sideline with the Waxahachie Autoplex players of the game. Defensively, we're going to go with Argyle nose tackle Chase Bunnell, and offensively, Blake Spence. And so, Clark, I think you've got those boys.
I got Chase first here. Walk around this way. We're getting all tangled up. Chase and I are dancing over here. Man, you had a heck of a game. I saw you flying backside, chasing the play sideline to sidelines. I saw you make a great play out here on special teams. That's a gigantic offensive line that you were up against. What were the challenges that as the game progressed?
It was all about preparation. It was all about getting into something that was hard from last year. Like, it was really hard about last year, that big loss and that playoff game, but we really came together this week and we really worked hard. I really just kind of I really couldn't have done it without the people next to me or anything like that, but it was a fight all along the whole game, though.
Well, I'll tell you what, you might have lost a few of the battles, but you sure did win the war, and you won your share of battles as well. Do we have an official stat line?
No, not well for Chase. What'd you end up with for Chase there? We've got. He's only credit. Well, yeah, we have trouble keeping some defense. I know he was in on almost every play defensively, and he was in the backfield causing all sorts of havoc all night long. So tell us a little bit, Chase, I'd like to know, I guess he's got headphones on, doesn't he? He can hear me? Okay. Chase, tell us a little bit about kind of what the game plan was going in, because you do want to stop the run, and you knew they weren't going to throw the ball a whole lot, but the few times that Jordan Rogers did go to throw, it seemed like especially you, but a whole defensive line was also able to get pressure on the quarterback as well. So talk a little bit about, you talk about preparation. What was kind of the game plan going into tonight?
We wanted them they're fast kids. We wanted them to get to the sideline so we could stop them. That was the biggest thing that we could really do.
One of the things that I did notice is how does a nose guard and a 2 technique, were you guys doing a lot of stunts on third down? Because I saw you coming around that edge, 30-degree angle from the ground to get pressure more than once. Was there a lot of stunting going on today?
Yes, sir. There was tons of that, but it was all about we had plenty of those stunts out there, and we all kind of executed them really well, and that's the only reason why we kind of got them out there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chase. Thanks for joining us. But you're right. We could probably pick Ty and Darren as well. All three of you guys played great tonight. Hey, congrats on being our defensive player of the game.
Hey, wait a minute. I got a quick question for him.
Mitch.
So their center had a couple of pre-snap penalties today, maybe 3 or 4. Is that something that you had a hand in? Were you disrupting his snaps, or what was going on there?
Well, we all kind of have this thing where we kind of we run our plays, and we have to we kind of shout whenever we move and stuff, and so they and so it kind of jumps.
What's your call for a stunt? Hut?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it works. So
it definitely works when you got a sophomore playing center. That can I don't know if you could throw off Blake Spence there next to you, but you could throw off a sophomore for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, great game tonight, man.
Hey, congratulations, Chase.
That's Chase Bunnell, number 50, our defensive player of the game tonight. for Argyle, the 6 foot, 251-pound senior defensive lineman. And now we're going to talk to the 6 foot, 258 pound.
Special place in my heart for this kid. I remember when he came out and played for me. He's in first grade, and boy, we had some fun, didn't we?
Yes, sir, we did. It was fun.
Do you remember anything I taught you, or is this all new?
No, you got some good stuff. You had some footwork stuff and keep on finishing the blocks and stuff like that.
Well, we talk about the offensive line, and you're the one that makes the calls. You're the one that touches the ball every play. I don't think you've had a bad snap all year. I'm pretty sure you haven't had a penalty called on you all year, and we're pretty deep in the season, and you've played 2 state champions in the last 3 weeks. I just got to tell you, how much of this is surprising to you, or is this just what you expect?
Well, to be honest, I expected this, but I'm not expecting to come in 4th round. So we gotta fight in 4th round because they come back harder and be stronger and faster, just like they always are.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. We have beaten them in the regular season the last 2 years, and only to have them come back and beat us. So were you trying to make a statement tonight, or is this just don't show them much, just beat them, and then get there and show them what we really are made of?
No, Coach, there's balls to walls tonight, and I think Coach Rogers said we haven't lost a home game in this stadium since like 2014, I think, and so tonight's not going to be the night, so we had that mentality in our head the whole game.
And our play-by-play announcer, I don't know whether you know this, but he used to play center kind of, or at least he claims to. So I'm going to turn you over to Kenny Arthur. I'm sure he has a few questions for you.
Well, it was much easier for me. My quarterback always had his hands on my butt, and all I had to do was just snap it back to there. I didn't have to put it in his chest every time. And I know it's kind of a cliche question, and I know it's a lot, but how much do you just kind of in every practice, how much do you focus on just having that perfect snap right to the chest of the quarterback?
We don't really practice this year. Last year, before every practice, we'd snap for like 10 minutes of bow. But this year we haven't done that, I guess because of COVID and something like that. They changed the practice schedule. But if I have a bad snap during practice, they'll tell me and I'll fix it. But that's it, really.
Well, and I hear that you're interested maybe in trying to walk on and play football somewhere next year. Well, tell us a little bit about that if you want to. I know you still got a long time to make up your mind, but I know that's an option.
Yes, sir. I was the Texas Tech assistant line coach called me the other day, and he's just saying hi, and he's just saying just keep on checking in with me, and said just keep on checking in with me and have fun.
Well, and I can tell you, one of the ways you can put some more weight on if you want is come on over to Chick-fil-A on 407 and eat a few more chicken sandwiches. We'd love to have you, okay?
Trust me, every time I see that sign, I stop.
I appreciate that.
There you go.
And my wife appreciates that too. Hey, congratulations, Blake, on being the offensive player of the game. You guys played awesome tonight.
Thank you.
All right. That's Blake Spence, our offensive player of the game, the center for these Argyle Eagles, and he is our Waxahachie Autoplex player of the game. And his dad, Wes Spence, is the owner of the one that runs Waxahachie Autoplex out there. And thanks to him and all his gang at Waxahachie Autoplex for sponsoring our players of the game and giving lots of money to the Booster Club to help all these kids in all the sports. By the way, that's one thing that Argyle does different than a lot of other schools is it's the one Argyle Eagle Booster Club. So whether you're playing softball or tennis or whatever else, golf, that's all part of the Argyle Eagle Booster Club. We don't necessarily have booster clubs for each and every single athletic team there is. So 35-7 victory tonight for Argyle over La Vega, and so we can get Clark, who's still a little weak from his troubles a week ago.
I'm feeling pretty good tonight.
I bet you are after that win. But of course, we still want to get you some rest as quick as possible. So we'll come down to you one last time. So give us the Chippewa lineman words of wisdom to wrap up tonight's victory.
Well, here's what I really enjoyed about tonight's game is that Argyle didn't really show their hand. They decided we're going to man up. We're going to beat you physically with our run game. When was the last time Cole Kirkpatrick didn't get a pass?
Yeah.
Did he even get targeted? Waco La Vega decided that they were going to take him out of the game, and we said, okay, we'll throw 2 touchdown passes to Cash Walker. So it really kind of showed we did what we had to do to win, but for the most part, I think this is the least amount of passes I've seen an Argyle team throw in a couple, 3-4 years.
Yeah, absolutely, and it may have been a little bit. I know you asked Coach Rogers that earlier. It may have been a little bit of CJ just not being, as accurate tonight as he usually is. Had a couple interceptions early on, but I think you're exactly right. Argyle didn't need to throw the football tonight, and so you can kind of stick it in your back pocket and let Braden Baker, Knox Scoggins, and even Peyton Shoemake do all the dirty work, and Dax Rainey there at the end, and just pound it, and that's what Argyle did. And only 315 yards total offense for Argyle tonight, but man, if that can get you 35 points, that's all you need.
That's pretty good. And defensively, we kind of talk about this in our pre-production meetings. We've always kind of thought, well, our defense was the change because of this spread it out, slow develop to the sidelines, pick a hole, and it's beaten us badly the last couple of years in the playoffs. It was a good chance to put our new 3-3-5 defense up against the offense that has kind of been our head scratcher for the last couple of years, and because they're not going to do anything different come the playoffs. They're just going to do it better, and we're going to have a chance to look at some film and break it down and get even a better matchup with our new defense.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate you tonight. Awesome job down there as usual. Get home and let Kim rub your feet or something.
Yeah, that's it. That won't happen.
35.
I know why.
Yeah, 35-7 Argyle over La Vega tonight as we continue here on the CNN Mortgage postgame show, and we'll take a look at some of the stats and things here in tonight's game. Argyle, again, as I mentioned, only 315 yards of total offense. La Vega had 231. Argyle only 97 of those through the air. La Vega had 72 through the air. On the ground, Argyle 218 yards rushing, 159 for Waco La Vega. A couple of penalties for Argyle tonight, 6 for the Pirates. 2 turnovers for Argyle, both of those C.J. Rogers interceptions, and 1 turnover for the La Vega Pirates, which actually led to Argyle's first touchdown. Again, the stats I'm looking at. Blake, you got
do we have time of possession? See, I think that's what you don't really see in the score, right? 35-7 looks like Argyle, pretty much controlled the game. Well, they controlled the clock, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they just nobody would ever have expected Argyle just to ground it out like they did and not get the ball in the air. And look what time it is, 10 o'clock, and we're already done, with the game. Usually we're still playing.
That's right.
So
we'll get some good night's sleep tonight, won't we?
That's right.
C.J. Rogers, 5 out of 10 tonight, 97 yards. I mean, still not a bad night. I think he would tell you that it was not a great night, especially with the 2 interceptions, but still had 3 touchdowns. That's a pretty good percentage. 5 completions, 3 of them touchdowns.
Yeah.
He also carried the ball 6 times for 52 yards. Braden Baker on the ground, 17 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown. Knox Scoggins, 10 carries, 67 yards, and 1 touchdown for him. Peyton Shoemake had 8 carries for 16 yards. Jet Copeland 1 for 6, and then a couple of the guys getting some carries. Dax Rainey had 3 carries, 2 yards, and Ethan DePiro -4. That wasn't his fault. Dax pitched him the ball. Cash Walker leading the way, receiving 2 catches, 43 yards, 2 touchdowns for Walker. So both of his catches are touchdowns for the former Tom Ball Cougar. Hayden Stewart, 1 catch, 17 yards. Grant Chaney, 1 catch, 14 yards and a touchdown. And Gannon Pels had 1 catch tonight for 23 yards. And again, we talked about Argyle holding La Vega in check. Jordan Rogers, 4 out of 9, 52 yards. Blaine Backel, the other quarterback, 2 out of 4 for 20 yards. But on the ground, Jarquay Walton, you had mentioned it earlier, he had 192 yards a week ago against a really good Corpus Christi Cal Allen team. Only 18 carries for 65 yards tonight. Argyle holds him to 3.6 yards per carry. Manny Ruiz, 6 carries, 45 yards. Jordan Rogers, 5 for 23. And Jeremiah Fisher had 3 carries for 21 yards. And only 1 receiver with any catches. Well, that's not right. I was going to say, I know that somebody else had 1. I'm almost positive DeGrade had 1 catch. So maybe he didn't. But Jabrian Boye, 5 catches, 45 yards.
Who went backwards?
And he had the 1 touchdown.
That
was Boye, I think, as well.
Okay.
No, that was DeGrate.
7.
Yeah, so Dravion DeGrate. Went back a little bit, and Blake's got a stat for us.
Hey, this would be impossible to tell you in your ear, so I'm just going to tell you over the air. Argyle had 11 offensive possessions tonight. 6 of them started in Pirates territory. That's a huge stat for the defense.
It's a huge stat for the defense, and it's also a huge stat for our special teams. And I know Hunter Roberts, who was the senior spotlight player on the Eagles Nest podcast. Which, by the way, go back and listen to that. And those are great. And I don't know if you think I thought Hunter was one of your best interviews. I mean, he was phenomenal. I mean, he really had lots of good answers. He's funny. It's not the Waffle House; it's Waffle Home because of how well they treat him. So, but even though there was no block punts tonight, Mitch, they were in the face of Jordan Rogers nearly every punt. So he either punts it straight up in the air or maybe he gets off a line drive punt. But he had one long punt, I think, that just rolled a long ways. But he averaged about 25 yards a punt tonight. And so special team doesn't necessarily have to block a punt to make a difference.
Right, and it's all facets of the game, right? And that's what Argyle has done consistently since the program started is all the different facets of the game. And that's the difference in them and a lot of the other teams. Other teams can't do it.
Argyle 35, La Vega 7. Let's listen to the out-of-town scoreboard. John Little's got that, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap this one up in the CNN Mortgage postgame show here in just a moment. But let's head to that out-of-town scoreboard.
Yeah, let's see if we can. John, you there?
Thanks so much, Blake. Big win for the Argyle Eagles tonight, and their quick victory means that not all games in 7-4A Division I are done as of yet tonight. That includes Anna on the road to play Longview Spring Hill. And Spring Hill was leading 17-13 when Anna came up with a touchdown to go up 19-17. Extra point was missed, but in the fourth quarter, Anna leads it by 2. We'll see how that one finishes off. Also tonight, Carrollton Ranchview opening up their season at Sunnyvale. And Sunnyvale is romping, leading 47-7 over Ranchview in the fourth quarter. Obie Aarons for Sunnyvale has run for 123 yards and a couple touchdowns. An absolute shootout at Melissa tonight. The Stephenville Yellow Jackets coming to town, and Stephenville leading 38-29 over Melissa. This game is only in the third quarter right now. Kason Phillips with 18 carries for 169 and a couple scores for Stephenville. Kaufman loses at home to Alvarado tonight. 20-17, Alvarado picks up the win. Alvarado's William Labermermeyer. Yeah, I don't think I'm saying that wrong. Labermermeyer. I mean, there are a lot of letters in this last name. 32 carries for 229 and 3 touchdowns, including a couple touchdowns in the fourth quarter to put Alvarado ahead. Kaufman, meanwhile, missed a 31-yard field goal that could have tied it with about 30 seconds left in regulation. Alvarado kneels on it for the 3-point victory. Aubrey is leading Terrell. The Terrell Tigers, one of the teams in 7-4A Division I, and Aubrey up 42-13 on Terrell. In the fourth quarter, Jackson Holder has thrown for 142 and 3 touchdowns for Aubrey. Aubrey's also had 6 different players score in the ball game. And also, number 9 Midlothian Heritage is trailing one of Argyle's district foes, Paris, 20-14 in the fourth quarter. So watch out for this possible upset. Zykeus Jackson for Paris has ran for 156 and 2 touchdowns in an upset bid tonight. Now, the other top 10 scores in 4A Division I across the state, number 3 Lampasas had their game with China Spring canceled this week. That's because of COVID. Number 4 Dumas taking on Levelland tonight, and Dumas romping, leading 55-19 in the fourth quarter. Corpus Christi Miller at Rockport Fulton. This has been a back-and-forth game, and Rockport Fulton, last check, leading 36-35 in the third quarter. The number 6 team, Port Lavaca Calhoun, taking on Bel Air Episcopal, and it's Calhoun leading 27-14 in the fourth quarter. And also a back-and-forth game between number 7 Bernie and Sweetwater. Bernie was leading by 1 at the half. Now it's Sweetwater up 40-35 in the fourth quarter. We'll see how that one wraps up. Number 8 Corpus Christi Cal Allen is off tonight, and number 10 Canyon, new to the poll this week, goes to 3-0 on the season, absolutely walloping Borger.
Had a little bit of an injury a couple weeks ago, so he played very sparingly last week, but he was out there tonight, had a big fumble recovery, a couple of tackles for loss. These are all solo tackles, by the way. We're not talking about all the combined tackles here. Davis Elsey led the team, 5 tackles, a tackle for loss. Will Ramsey, 3 solo tackles. Zach Stewart, 3. I mean, the entire team was out there. We had Chase Bennell as our player of the game, only credited with 2 solo tackles, but, gosh, we called his name, and he was in the backfield all night long. That whole defensive line was Darren Chapa. We hope he's okay. He limped off there late in the game, but him and then Ty Johnson as well. Just everybody out there tonight, just absolute studs. And even, heck, we talked about this, right? You bring in those sophomores, Michael Maudry and Riley Van Poppel, and you really don't lose much.
You couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I mean, they look like starters out there, and they certainly have the size to go as a starter.
So just a great defensive game tonight. We're going to take us a week off. We have these bye weeks. I even forget. I get so lost. I got so much going on. Where are we next week? Where are we?
Melissa here
that's
for
right.
homecoming.
It'll be homecoming the following week. So the first weekend in October, we'll have the Melissa Cardinals coming to town, and don't
sleep on them.
Yeah, don't sleep on that team. They're high flying. They like to throw the ball around all over the field and see if they can catch you off guard. Especially they like to throw the ball deep. And so yeah, absolutely. You'll want to either be here for that one, or if not, naturally you want to turn in right here, tune in and listen to us, or we'll have this live stream for you again.
Yeah. So
as well.
One comment about the game.
Absolutely.
I don't think that La Vega played their best game. Right, no. I hadn't seen them play before, so I don't really know. But I know Argyle didn't. Right. Argyle really played half of an offensive game. They didn't even have their passing game really intact. And if these two teams meet again, I think it'll be a different outcome than what they had last year in the playoffs. But I wouldn't be surprised if they don't meet again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Because I'm not so sure. I mean, you look at those scores that La Vega's had this year, and they're not super impressive, right? And so tonight, what did you see that scared you?
Yeah, really, really nothing, honestly.
The running back, if he's going to bust one out, occasionally, but that's it. And so that's my hot sports opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if they did not meet again this year.
Yeah, and we've seen that from La Vega year in and year out. So absolutely, somehow, some way, Coach Hyde builds that team up. He said, and you wonder if it's lip service when he says it. This game doesn't matter, but maybe in his mind it is kind of that way, that it doesn't matter. It's just some warm-up games to get ready for district play, and then district rolls around. They just get a little better each week, and then by playoff time, they're rocking and rolling. And so,
have you ever met a coach that really thought that a game didn't matter?
No.
They may say it, but they don't mean it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, another great game tonight for Argyle. Just dominant on both sides of the ball. Didn't have a ton of yards on offense, but did what they needed to do on the ground, and then defensively just shut down a powerful running attack of the La Vega Pirates, and it was all Eagles tonight. Once again, 35-7 our final at Eagle Stadium. We'll wrap this one up. Thanks to Blake Jones for producing. Once again, I promise you, man, he is the best there is, and he's absolutely awesome. We don't have anything to ever even worry about. So thanks, Blake Jones. Clark McNulty on the sidelines. For Mitch Cullen, I'm Kenny Arthur, and Spencer Cullen that jumped in as well. Thanks so much for listening to us tonight. We appreciate you tuning in for Argyle Eagle Booster Club broadcasting. Once again, our final from Eagle Stadium, Argyle 35, La Vega 7. We'll talk to you again in 2 weeks from here at Eagle Stadium. Good night, everybody.